Morning, Michael Turtle in the Triple J newsroom. Australia's threatened to cut crucial aid to Vanuatu because of what it says is corruption and poor government. Australia's accused the Prime Minister of Vanuatu of deliberately weakening democracy, undermining the public service and interfering in the courts.
We've laid down some markers to the Vanuatu government about how we think the relationship might go ahead in the future. I suspect on the face of it, the Prime Minister of Vanuatu won't much like what we've said.
Foreign Minister Alexander Downer there. The Spanish government's asked Afghan authorities not to put to death the man who killed an Australian cameraman in 2001. Kirsten Aiken has more.
Harry Burton and the 3 other journalists, including a Spanish reporter, were killed by 29-year-old Reza Khan, who claimed he was acting on the orders of the Taliban. Last Saturday, Khan learned his punishment would be death, but the Spanish Foreign Ministry has asked the Afghan authorities to spare his life, in line with Spain's well-publicised opposition to the death penalty. Instead, the Foreign Minister has requested Khan serve the remainder of his life in prison.
A new report shows the number of Australian-born children being adopted is continuing to drop. The Institute of Health and Welfare's found there were just 73 adopted last financial year. That compares with 370 overseas adoptions, mainly from China, South Korea and Ethiopia. Ukraine's Supreme Court has stopped the official publication of the controversial presidential election results with claims of fraud. The opposition has announced plans to block off key roads in protest, and leader Viktor Yushchenko has urged thousands of demonstrators to press on.
Students of Ukraine, continue your student strike across Ukraine. You will not be taught anything in your classrooms and universities if we will lose Ukraine. You will lose your destiny.
Back home, and police have confirmed that Cronulla Rugby League player David Peachey was one of 8 people arrested over a brawl in King's Cross in Sydney last night, but he's been released without charge. To cricket, and England's tour of Zimbabwe will go ahead after all British media were allowed to attend the tour. Meanwhile, the second cricket test between Australia and New Zealand gets underway in Adelaide this morning. Here's Aussie captain Ricky Ponting.
The weather is forecast to be very good and very hot over the weekend, which usually means by day 5 here in Adelaide it's cracked up and it's spinning a lot. So if that is the case, Shane, it'll be very hard work out there.
And in news just in, the competitors for this year's biggest dance-off are making their last-minute preparations ahead of the groove of their career. Electricity's in the air where Rhianna Ice Ice Baby Patrick is preparing to take on the favourite Scott Dools Dooley. Triple J.
G'day, g'day, g'day. It's Alf Stewart from Home and Away here, folks. And in my 60 years in Summer Bay, I've seen a lot of tragedies. I've seen floods, fires and divorces. But all fails into insignificance next from the Triple J. So, please welcome two of my favourite flamin' mongrels, Adam and Will.
Wow.
Thank you very much, Alf Stewart.
My God. Stop it. Where were you all at 6 o'clock for the last 5 years, you bastards?
Where were you when the ratings booklets were being handed out, you pricks?
This is actually all of our Sydney listeners in one room.
And half the people who listen from Melbourne, I think. Thank you very much, Alf Stewart, for coming along. It's 6:04 on Triple J. It is Adam and Will Day. Here's Scribe,
But none of your actions here is speaking to me. I'm talking it, walking it. Must stop it, sound will stop your movement. Hold up, who's this? Still living with cuts and bruises, so cut the bullshit before I rock your face with a pool stick. 30, don't rate it front line. P-Money scribe, savage and cross-eye. Everybody gets feeling that shit. I'm out just speakers like ill semantics. On stage for the crowd reaction. Everyone just pound your asses, keep it moving. You see the music. South Auckland, raise your arms. Let me see you throw it up. And I will always represent my crew, the Scepter Cross.
How many dudes you know go like this? How many dudes you know flow like this? Not many, infinity. Not many, infinity. How many dudes you know got the skills to go and rock a show like this? I don't know anybody.
Y'all know who this is, act right. It's the kid coming up that's flow is untapped, roll enough drafts, know enough raps off the head skill, little crush cats. But it's hard to spit without coming off arrogant and y'all insist. I'm dropping comparisons to y'all who sit. Mouths running and chattering, get off my dick, you're so fucking embarrassing. Y'all don't want no part of this, upon this ish, I sort of hell like a pharmacist. I'm on to this, I've been broke like promises. So if you get me started, kids, you're gonna see the consequence. And y'all don't want that. Cause I stay on, give me your words to play on, and I'ma make your writtens look thick like you lost a pen and wrote with a crayon. But yo, y'all should play the back like scenery, I'm dope. The writings on the wall like graffiti, so y'all can even hold your own. You get a manicure if you're going toe to toe. Suppose you know that I shoot tracks like kicks, cause I'm clean when I lace mine. I break minds if I put a watch in a bum bag. That's the only scene where I waste time. Let's go.
How many dudes you know roll like this? How many dudes you know flow like this?
Not many, if any.
Not many, if any. How many dudes you know got skills to go and rock a show like this? I don't know anybody. How many dudes you know roll like this? How many dudes you know flow like this?
Not many, if you need it. Not many, if any.
How many dudes you know got the skills to go and rock a show like this?
Scraps here, so give it up. I never put the mic down when I pick it up. I rip it up, so they wanna hit of us. But y'all need to breathe because you're hicking up. We refuse to leave, you can't get rid of us. Yo, they think I'm a drug, cause I come in the club and I by myself like I don't give a fuck. Well, scribe on the mic, I write an elegant flow. Even drop it as you go for the lyrically slow. Not hypothetically, physically letting you know I got my rhyme packed tight and I'm ready to go. Made some mistakes in the past, that was yesterday. Today I'm on my way to a better way. Forever bringing together what you separate. So whether you like it or not, I'ma elevate. You know this rhyme has been taking time to celebrate. Relax and take a breath, yo. I'm here to stay and not going away. Can I get a yes, yo? Yes, yes, yo.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
Ain't no one like me.
How many dudes you know roll like this? How many dudes you know flow like this?
Not many, if any. Not many, if any.
How many dudes you know got the skills to go and rock a show like this? I don't know anybody. How many dudes you know roll like this? How many dudes you know flow like this?
Not many, if any. Not many, if any.
How many dudes you know got the skills to go and rock a show like this?
Check it out. Yeah, check it out. Can you please give it up for Savage? It's all good, thank you. It's all good when you come to my hood. Can you please give it up for Savage? It's all good, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Thank you. Peace.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That is Scribe on Triple J and the remix of Not Many, If Any. Adam and Will with you here on Triple J. It's 6:08 on National Adam and Will Day, our final ever Triple J breakfast radio show here from the lovely Manning Bar at the University of Sydney.
We were lucky enough to hear from Alf Stewart at the start of the show, which was awesome. It reminded me of my favourite Alf Stewart moment of all time was when he was on Home and Away and it was Elsa was caught in that house fire. Do you remember that? And genuine line of dialogue from Home and Away was Alf Stewart pointing at the house and go, "We've got to get Elsa out of the house. That's me flaming wife in there."
Please welcome to the microphone one of the heroes of Triple J Breakfast all this year. He's been doing the gay school readings, Rhys Muldoon.
Greetings.
In the signature St Kilda beanie, St Kilda top, St Kilda fan wear. Big year coming up for the Saints next year, Rhys?
Yeah, big pre-season. Look, I've actually got a little bit of an announcement to make, actually, Adam.
Whoa.
Because, you know, like, this is my last gay school, I got a phone call from John Law's producer.
Really?
Yeah. He said, yeah, are you that gay school poofter? Yeah, Lawsy wants you on the show. He's got to make it up to the gay community.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'll be moving on to Lawsy's show, which I'm looking forward to. Very excited.
Life after the Jays for Rhys. That's fantastic. Now, we've gone and grabbed some people out of the audience who've got suggestions of modern-day contemporary issues to see you're going to have to race from here. This is a tough one for you, Rhys, because you've got to leave here, get back to the ABC, get to the archives.
Yes, that's right.
See if you can find a script, then get in a cab, get back. You're going to be under all sorts of time pressure.
I've got a special ABC car waiting for me out the front, which will whisk me away to the ABC. I will be bolting down to the archives, flipping through the 70s, flipping through the 80s, seeing what I can come up with.
Yeah. It's actually a special ABC car. It's actually the Wiggles' big red car.
Oh, really?
That's the one.
Fantastic.
The only thing is when you get in the car, wake up, Jeff! Wake up, Jeff!
Go through our punters here. Who have we got and what are their suggestions?
We've got a guy who came dressed as Dr. Carl, but... But what's your name and what's your suggestion for gay school?
I'm Shane, and my suggestion's a drink spike, and it's been going on lately.
Drink spiking at school is Rhys.
Yep.
It's been an issue since
It's
the
been
70s.
an issue since, a huge thing in the 70s. Different times,
mate,
though, you know.
What's your name? What's your suggestion?
Hamish, my suggestion is substandard festival food. Example, the Splendour of the Grass concert became the Blender in My Arse concert.
Right. That was that Indian branch of the festival. Yes.
Substandard catering at rock festivals. Okay.
Okay.
What's your name? What's your suggestion?
My name's Beck, and my suggestion is the police sending child pornography pictures to 1,800 schools.
Did you hear about this yesterday? The cops sent to some schools, look, we're concerned there might be
Sorry, Adam, when you say the cops, you don't mean the band.
Not the
cops,
band who are appearing just before 7
good.
o'clock.
No, I just wanted to clear that up.
Police sent to some schools these files going, look, we're disturbed, there might be pornographic images. Do you recognise any of these people? They might be kids who've been photographed at your schools, and rather than just the headshots, they sent the whole thing.
They sent the Paris Hilton edition.
Oh, dearie me. Okay, so police...
This is really going to be our last show.
Nice work.
Can you top Beck's suggestion?
What's your name? What's your suggestion?
Okay, my name's Kirsten, and my suggestion is left-wing elites in the ALP.
Oh, yeah, the ALP's backing away from the left-wing elitism. And
They're backing away.
Workers.
Okay, so no more lattes at the Labor Party.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
And what's your name? What do you do? What's your name? What's your suggestion?
Will's dating now.
My name's Sean.
What's your name and do you fuck on first dates?
There you go. He goes, yeah, sometimes, but anyway, I'd rather do gay school.
What's your name and what's your suggestion?
My name's Sean, and I'd like to suggest the beautiful love between 15 and 33-year-olds.
That's going to be fun.
I won't...
Yeah, Sean's a PE teacher.
Yes, it's... So, Rhys, your job here is to go and hop in the Wiggles' big red car, get back to the ABC and see if you can find a script that contains all of the following: drink spiking at schoolies, poor quality festival food.
Yes. But no mention of that guy's ass.
No mention of that guy's ass.
Okay.
Police sending inappropriate photos to people.
Yes.
The love between a 15-year-old and a 33-year-old.
That special love that dare not speak its name.
And the ABC are abandoning their the ALP are abandoning their left-wing elitism.
Exactly.
Right, yeah. Okay. The ABC, we're still pinko ass.
Absolutely. Welcome to the lesbocracy, people. Best of luck, Rhys Muldoon.
All right,
We'll see you back
soon.
just after 7 o'clock. Here is the Go Team. Panther Dash on the ABC. It's Adam and Will Day on Triple J. one of the best albums of the year. The Go Team there, Panther Dash off their Thunder Lightning Strike CD. It is 6:15 on Triple J. Adam and Will Day around the nation. Our final ever breakfast show on the Jays. A perfect time to do episode 6 of The Weather. And I say perfect, well, of course, because 6 is a perfect number, being the sum of its factors. 1, 2 and...
Oh, Rock, don't touch me there.
Perfect numbers are numbers that are sums of their own factors. The factors of 6 are 1, 2 and 3. You add up 1 plus 2 plus 3, you get exactly 6. Doesn't happen for all numbers. For example, 8, the factors 1, 2 and 4. 1 plus 2 plus 4 is 7. It's not equal to 8. The perfect numbers...
Plus, if you take 6 and then you turn it up the other way, 69. 69, like sex.
I've heard of this sex of which you speak. Sounds interesting, young one. I've seen it in movies. Townsville showers on 31, Brisbane a shower on 27, Newcastle fine on 25, Sydney dry on 24, Canberra dry on 28, Hobart fine on 21, Adelaide hot on 37, Perth showers clearing on 25, Darwin evening, so someone cheered because there's going to be showers in Perth. Very competitive, I like that. Darwin evening storms on 34, Alice Springs fine on 38, Melbourne fine, a picture-perfect day in the town with the best weather in Australia. 32 degrees. I thought I'd finally say something nice about the weather in Melbourne, but I've got it out of the way at 6:15 on my final ever show. 32 degrees today in Melbourne. You're on Triple J with Adam and Will.
Current affairs, Triple J style.
While I was in Cambodia, I worked in a landmines aid centre.
So you would have seen some terrible stuff.
The thing, the story that I heard that sums it up is of a boy who was playing in the field with his 2 little brothers, and he stepped on a landmine and it blew off both his legs, and then his 2 little brothers ran for help, but they both trod on landmines and were killed, and he had to crawl into the village to try to find help. It was those stories which shocked me, but it was also the people I met at the aid centre who were trying to do something about landmines.
With Steve Kinane, 5:30 weeknights on Triple J.
You are on Triple J. It is 17 minutes past 6. What's on your mind, Sticky Chicken?
Mate, I don't know if John Howard and Peter Beattie actually got it through for today. I'm not sure today is a public holiday or not.
Adam and Will Day. We were pushing hard, and thanks to the 3,500 emails.
Including Amy from Marupna, who said, Dear Mr. Howard... Yep.
Where's Marupna?
3629. So I'm guessing Victoria.
There you go.
Yeah. Dear Mr. Howard, I like the work you do for doctors. They help people that are sick. Also, I think people who are sick, actually fully sick, as Thorpe puts it, are Adam and Will from Triple J Breakfast.
Nice link.
Please make it a public holiday for our fully sick people.
Nice
I like
link,
this one. This was pretty funny. I thought this was very nicely. Dear Mr. Howard, this is from Dion Pearce. Dear Mr. Howard, it would be un-Australian not to have a public holiday on the day of Adam and Will's last show. What is more Australian than when a maths nerd and a guy with the voice of a prepubescent castrato can rise to such national acclaim? That is the very essence of being Australian. The underdog triumphing over adversity. This should be celebrated in this year and every year.
Very nice work.
But my favourite, I did love this one from Kaysan. Kaysan, dear Mr.
From
PM.
Kaysan?
Kaysan. From a Cold Chisel song.
Awesome.
This one's from Flame Trees.
Yes.
From Kaysan, he said, Dear Mr. PM, I can vote in a few years and was thinking of voting for you. If you decide to make Friday Adam and Will Day, then my vote is assured. Thanks, Kaysan. P.S. I'm Sri Lankan and didn't appreciate your comments about Murali.
And I've just seen someone holding up a little poster over there to the back of the room to my right. Someone's holding up a little slogan that it says, I quit my job, so today would be my last day too. Good on you, dude. Here's Peabody on Triple J at 20 past 6.
What's your job, dude? I need something to do next year.
Another day that will fade tonight, grinding away at the clocks of daily life. Dream it all away. You're a pilot, I'm the man, calling all the shots. I'm the head of flight command. No you on my radar. Got you on my radar. Got you on my radar. All the formulae, strategies and plans, signals will decay between a girl and man. It's so not okay, and people ain't no good. There's 101 ways you can be misunderstood. Though I may have ditched my hopes and pins on you, to the depths you will fall, the heights you will climb. You're never far from my thoughts on my mind. Got you on my radar. 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 On my mind. Got you on my radar. 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 Got you on my radar.
Yeah, okay. It is 23 past 6. Great Sydney band Peabody got you on my radar. And someone who had our show on their radar this morning is the lovely Moira. Let's have a big round of applause for Moira. First person here. Front of the queue this morning.
Moira is dressed, of course, in a Wallabies top because she thought this was a football game.
Yep.
Now, Moira, how far did you come? What time were you here this morning?
I was here at 3:30 in the morning.
Inspirational stuff.
But I came straight from work.
Did you not change your watch from daylight savings time?
And where did you have to get from? We're here at the University of Sydney, which is sort of in on the border of Chippendale and Glebe in Sydney. Where did you come from?
Well, theoretically, I came from Glebe, which is about a 20-minute walk away.
Nice.
But, I actually came from the North Shore because that's where I work, which is a couple of hours away via public transport in the middle of the night.
Moira, of course, works with Bert Newton.
Yeah, she does. In the gift shop.
And here's Moira.
So do you study at the university? What do you do for work?
Yes, I do. I do an arts degree, and my department is actually, if you look out those doors, that's where I am on the top floor of that building. That's
so she's an art student. Her department is over there. She's actually never been to it because she's an art student.
But she's got a.
But she knew where the pub was.
Yeah. She's got a great view of her department from the balcony here on the bar. Of course, being November, that department's closed till about February of next year.
Yeah. Well,
I was giving... here's the bar, and there's the doll office.
There you go.
I was giving everyone directions from the minute they got here. And they were like,
so you're doing an arts degree, so what didn't you get into?
Yeah, I think my dad wondered that. I'm sure the only reason he was happy I was doing an arts degree was because I was doing advanced Latin my first year, and I only did it for 1 year.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
What's advanced Latin?
Well,
that's like complex cunnilingus.
Yeah. As opposed to street Latin.
Yeah.
That the homies used to talk.
Yeah, that's, don't grind the bastards down
Exactly.
stuff. Yeah.
See to the lingus.
Yeah, can you give us a bit of advanced Latin? Just say something in Latin for us.
Jam gelidas Kaiser.
It's okay, Daddy, that first year wasn't wasted.
No. What was that? Jam delidus, was it?
Jam gelidus Kaiser cursus superauverat Alpes. And that means Kaiser scaled the lofty mountains, and yeah.
That's the great...
So it's really practical stuff then.
It's a great language.
That was the Latin speaking competition, damn it, I came second.
Latin's the sort of language you can study for 15 years, and then when you finally need it in an emergency situation, you can say, Caesar, tell your warriors to draw their swords and advance to the river.
Yeah, you know the bit.
It's awesome stuff.
That isn't what I'm majoring in, so... Yeah.
So that's what, if I ever go to France, from what I learned in high school French, I can say, Peter has a blue bus.
There you go. Let's have a big round of applause for Moira. She was here at 3:30 on Adam and Will Day. Here's Little Birdie. Great track by these guys. Tonight, we've got news headlines up next with Rhianna. Patrick.
It's true, I've given up on you. Take your time, hold on to all you have, 'cause I am holding your hand so tight tonight. But I try so hard to make it up to you. I can't wait, I can't help myself, 'cause I am holding your hand so tight tonight. So that I can love you, ooh, anymore. So that I can feel you, ooh, anymore. Ooh, la 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 la. But if you want to travel the seas alone, I will wait. I can't help myself, 'cause I am holding your hand so tight tonight. So that I can hold you, ooh, anymore. So that I can feel you, ooh, anymore. Ooh, la 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 la. Ooh, la 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 But you know it's true, baby, you make me blue. I am lonely for tonight. Baby, come on, come on, and hold me tight. So that I can hold you, ooh, anymore. So that I can feel you, ooh, anymore. So that I can feel you, ooh,
Triple J's Gig Guide.
Shut up. Pink Grease formed in Sheffield, England 3 years ago, and they easily fill out the stage with 6 manic members. Now they're in Australia, shaking some electro rock ass. Catch Pink Grease, touring now, supported by Triple J.
For all the dates, log on to Triple J's Gig Guide.
It is about 6:30 on the Joe, so when better than now to have the 6:30 news headlines with Rhianna. Patrick. How are you going, Rhianna? Now, you're used to reading the news in front of thousands.
Yeah, definitely.
In your news...
I feel like... I know you're not listening. Hi, Rhianna Patrick with Triple J News Headlines. Australia has formally declared a crisis in relation with Vanuatu and has threatened to cut off aid to the country. Spain has asked Afghan authorities to spare the man sentenced to death for killing Australian television cameraman Harry Burton in 2001. Court in the Ukraine has suspended the country's election result as tens of thousands continue to protest in the streets. While new figures show the number of overseas adoptions in Australia is growing, there's been a drop in the number of Australian children being adopted. The Prime Minister's come under fire for not attending the official Eureka Stockade commemorations in Ballarat. And in sport, England's controversial cricket tour of Zimbabwe will go ahead after all media were allowed to attend.
John Howard, of course, was going to go to the Eureka Stockade celebrations.
Really?
But the cricket's on.
Oh, okay.
He's like, I just want to watch Ricky Ponting and masturbate. Ricky, touch me middle stump. Oh, Wardy. Wardy, you can call me Wardy. Go on. I'm on the phone. I'm pouring wine all over myself.
It is a pleasure to be exercising my mandate in this fashion.
Wardy, touch me tax package.
Now, Rhianna Patrick, are you pumped? Because an hour from now on this stage, you are taking the inaugural Triple J Breakfast Newsreader Booty Shaking Challenge. Rhianna Patrick versus Dools versus a random member of our audience shaking booty to an all-time classic on the stage. 3 go in, only 1 can win. Do you think you got what it takes, Rhianna Patrick?
I'm in it to win. I'm going to give 110%. The boys played really well today. I'm going to stretch, actually, just before the 7:30 headlines, so I'll be pumped. I'll be ready.
When you and Dools have been bumping into each other in the corridors around Triple J, has it got that sort of slight edge now? Do you stare at each other and go, I'm bringing it, you've got nothing, I bought it yesterday, that sort of stuff?
There's a lot of staring down, a lot of sledging. I told him his mother was pretty good last night as well, so...
Here's the presets on Triple J. Rhianna Patrick. It's 28-7 all round Australia on Adam and Will Day.
Yeah, she runs so she'll be free.
little song. It's about 24 minutes to 7 on Triple J. Adam and Will with you. This is Adam and Will Day, our final ever show on the J's. A little bit sad. Very, very happy. The Cops are warming up on stage. They're going to play soon. They sound absolutely fantastic this morning. That was the presets and...
Good band.
Great track, Lady and the Sea. It's time for a special lady here on Triple J Breakfast, someone we've absolutely fallen in love with in the last little while. I'll play the theme. Oh, the place has gone wild at 23 to 7. I didn't see that until she walked out. There's this banner. It must be
a massive banner.
3 metres by a couple of metres in bright Triple J red. Love you, Mary from Junee. How are you going?
Hi, everybody.
Mary, also in the audience, somebody's just handed me a little book called Sea Hunt.
It's based on the television show. Mary's famous quote on the show, whenever she doesn't like someone...
That's where it came from,
Yeah, she said, he's a bit of a sea hunt, which used to be a TV show about guys who used to hunt people at sea. So
right.
It was like a marine detective.
See, I thought it was just a long word for...
Yeah, well, there you go.
I've just opened this to a random page, 121 of Sea Hunt, which I was just handed. And the last paragraph just says, if he did make another try, Mike meant to know about it. Tonight he promised himself he would sleep with one eye open. This is about you, Adam.
It's a tribute to me. That's awesome. Good on you, Mike. How are you going this morning? Mary from Junee, live, surrounded by this adoring public. What an amazing journey it's been for you. Can you remember the first time you rang our show?
I can. And you told me I overstepped the line.
Oh, yeah.
You're a stalker, Mary, weren't you?
Not really.
Tell people the situation, because you'd watched The Glass House one night.
Yes, I did.
Yeah?
Yes, I did.
With your son Bill. And how did you then come to ring the show? What went down?
Well, I just wanted to speak to Will.
Who doesn't?
Is that right? Well, that's true, Will.
I'm better to touch than speak to, Mary. Oh, no, not down there, Mary. Mary, here's the final episode. My God, I finished a bit early now. I need to lie down. What's Adrian? Adrian's going to kick my ass in the car park.
He's not here yet.
He's still in bed, is he?
Did he?
He's
at the pub.
On his way.
He's on his way home, is he? Did Adrian go out in the cross last night, did he, Mary?
He did not.
Did you see some of those girls with the ping pong balls down the cross, did he, Mary?
No, he's on his way.
All right.
Did he find an early opener? And he stopped. Lovely. Adrian from Junee, an absolutely lovely guy. What's it like for Adrian now that you've made the transition to international multimedia mega star?
He's very supportive.
Yeah?
Is he?
Very supportive, yeah. He is.
He's not hanging out with bitches while you're on tour?
No.
That's all good.
He knows for a fact that he's got to be supportive because he knows you've got a thing for the younger men. When you two got married, how old were you and how old was he?
I'm 14 years older.
Yeah, you were 42, he was 28 when you got married, yeah? Yeah.
She was his high school PE teacher.
Exactly. Swimming coach. And so
it's all right if it's the other way around, isn't it?
Society's weird like that, isn't it, Mary?
Yeah.
If you see a hot little piece of male Tucci, why shouldn't you be going over to go and grab it, hey?
Yeah, good on you, Demi Moore.
You were the Demi Moore of Junee.
You just went, Adrian, I want to be punked.
Exactly.
Look, we've been married for 28 years.
28 years?
Yeah.
There you go.
Must be time to trade him in for a younger model, hey?
Get him fixed, though. He still looks pretty good, though, doesn't he, Mary?
He does.
What's his secret? Botox?
Is
Adrian on the Botox?
Are all the bits still working?
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't need the ugly Dave Gray.
No.
Is he big on the erectile dysfunction nasal spray, Mary?
No, Adam.
Okay, just checking.
I'm sorry, Mary, I just got that image.
A couple of Viagra's in one hand, an erection dysfunction nasal spray in the other. I'll be there in a minute, baby, don't you worry.
I think her silence speaks volumes there, Mary.
Doesn't it?
It's fine. It's fine.
Now, what have you guys got planned for the Christmas break? What do you guys traditionally do on Christmas Day or over the sort of summer period? Is Junee stinking hot over Christmas? Is it nice?
Usually, yes, it is.
And what do you get up to over the big break?
Oh, we'll have the air conditioner on and cook Christmas dinner, I guess.
Yeah, sounds like a rocking time. That's right.
Yeah. It doesn't rock very much in June, I'll tell you.
I know what you're saying.
And any of the bands that you would just want to give a shout out to that you've reviewed over the years, is there one that really took your heart while you've been listening to the Jays, Mary?
Who?
Something for Kate, something for Sam.
Yeah, well, I can't think. Magic Dirt.
Magic Dirt?
Yes.
It's the powerful... It's Adelita, isn't it? It's the powerful front woman up there just telling it, getting out there, shouting and screaming, yeah?
That's right.
Because my favourite Mary from Junee moment was when she reviewed for us the Peaches album a couple of years ago. And we were talking about it, and I said, look, Peaches...
What was the name of that Peaches album again, Mary?
Kishkosh.
No.
What was the Peaches one called?
Kishkosh was the
Father.
Basement Jacks.
Oh, Father Fucker.
Yeah. Mary was reviewing the album called... You're allowed to say it, we're not, we get in trouble. The album was called...
So you keep telling me.
Exactly. The album was called Father Fucker. Mary's reviewing it, and it's a pretty full-on album. The front cover is Peaches with a werewolf beard and teeth, vomiting blood on herself, right? Peaches, when she does a live show, stands there with 3 other girls on stage wearing these giant strap-on dildos, literally just pouring champagne and red wine over themselves, singing songs with lyrics like, boys, boys, play with your dicks, girls, girls, titty, 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 titty. Right?
That song was actually written by Shane Warne.
There you go.
Well, why not?
And so it's fairly full on stuff. So I said to Mary, Peaches is great, but if she's angry, she's not afraid to put it out there in a song and tell people what's pissing her off. What's pissing you off at the moment, Mary? And Mary, we had this beautiful moment where Mary just said, I've never been happier. I'm just content at the moment. Everything's going great. And I'm going, Mary, there must be something that used to give you the craps. And that you're 70 years old at that stage. Mary from Junee pauses for 3 seconds on the radio before saying...
What? Father Fucker?
No.
Okay, Mary, don't
get caught up.
Don't get Tourette's now,
yeah.
okay?
You paused for 3 seconds in answer to the question...
Mary's just gone, it's my last time on radio, I'm going to say fuck as me.
Exactly. In answer to the question, is there anything that used to piss you off? You paused and you said...
The Germans.
I never liked the Germans.
Yeah, stick it up,
So after 3 years of doing this, Mary...
2-0 Germany, 2-0.
Exactly. What is your message for all the young folk out there you've been giving advice to them? What's your message for the youth of Australia, Mary?
Well, just keep it positive and just try to have a happy life.
There you go.
And hasn't she helped us do that, ladies and gentlemen? Mary from Junee. It is 16 to 7. We've got the Cops up live soon. Here's Chris Joss and Discotheque.
When the Hilltop Hoods album, The Calling, arrived last year, it helped define Australian hip-hop.
Jump with us, down the front if it's your flavour. Your flavour, come get drunk with us.
One of the barriers for Aussie hip-hop was the accent, and now that record's out there, you know, people coming through, maybe, you know, that barrier's already sort of been dealt with for them in a way, you know, not just by us, but hopefully we're contributing to that.
Catch the making of the Hilltop Hoods album, The Calling, a J-Files special, this Saturday at 5 on Triple J.
You are back on Triple J. It is about 11 to 7 on the J's. Adam and Will with you on Triple J. Adam and Will Day. Friday, the 26th of November, our last ever show. The cops aren't far away from rocking out wildly here at the Manning Bar of the University of Sydney. Let's have a look at episode 5 of The Weather. Yeah, got a big weather-loving crowd in here today, Will. Townsville, showers of tears today and 31 degrees. I'm getting a bit carried away.
The sound of somebody blowing their own horn.
Yeah, Brisbane, a shower, 27. I can. I'm actually very flexible. Newcastle, fine and 25. Oh, I can do the smutty stuff, people. Oh, I can do that.
He was down there and he's like, wow, is that a button mushroom?
Thank you. Sydney, dry and 24. Canberra, dry and 28. Hobart, fine and 21.
Even the eye of that is wonky.
Shut up. Adelaide, hot and 37. Perth, showers clearing and 25. Darwin, evening storms and 34. I'll tell you, if you went and tracked down most of my ex-girlfriends at various lesbian...
Gay bars.
Yeah, lesbian militant action groups around the country, they would speak very highly of my love-making ability.
Because your penis is almost the same size as the clitoris.
Alice Springs, fine and 38. Melbourne, fine and 32 degrees. One thing we did do in the lead up to our Adam and Will Day was have a national search for the best Adam and Will mix-up tracks. People rating the grab bag, doing these sort of tribute songs. We had a guy called Jeff, whose original song was quite handy. We played it on the radio. He did a cut-up of us playing his cut-up on the radio, which has absolutely won the best cut-up of a cut-up being played on the radio competition song competition ever that we've held, because he was the only fucking idiot dumb enough to do it. But it's really good. We're going to play that now, and then we're going to hear from the cops live on Adam and Will Day. It's 9 to 7 on Triple J. Here's Jeff's mix.
Why do people keep sending me dance remixes of Adam and Will?
We've been inundated with entries in our Adam and Will sample highlights package. Most of them have been awful, but the good ones are very good.
Yeah, keep sending them in, because they are all easy to listen to.
Keep sending them in. Feel free to put a little sticker on the front going, look, this isn't that good. Deep down, you know. We are very broad-minded. We are very broad-minded. I haven't heard this one yet, but this has got big raps from DJ ZJ. This has Do Yourself a Favour, Molly Meldrum, 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, Megan Spencer, 4.5 stars. Written all over as far as DJ ZJ is concerned. It comes from Jeff. That's
not much of a DJ name, is it?
No, but he lets his sampling do the talking.
Oh, okay. I've got a lot of thoughts about things in the world.
Here we go.
I'd like to express them.
I'm a former maths geek, university maths dude.
I just sound comedy.
If you had me from hello.
Will and Adam were best friends.
I'd happily cry and beg for mercy from the Donnas drinking fancy cocktails. That would be a bizarre world.
I suppose I could hump other people's legs.
Doing stuff in the studio, it's great, but I've always loved performing. Are we talking exams or are we talking sex?
Exams.
Guns don't kill people.
Boom, 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 boom.
Guns kill wilderness.
Boom, 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 boom. In your fantasy mind. Boom, 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 boom.
Excuse me, Mr. Tesla.
Yeah.
Boom,
yeah.
boom, boom.
I from never loving a turbidity. I from never loving a turbidity. You're a nutbag magnet.
Yeah, I'm getting pressure from the suits.
No, I'd love it.
Dick jokes with cash.
The sunshine is here.
It's nice to come out in the sun.
The sunshine is here in the studio.
It's nice to come out in the sun. I'll keep going big forever.
Because a lot of people had very fulfilling mathematical lives well into their 60s and 70s.
Your
You legend. See, Jeff's got a bit of a narrative there.
Right.
Nice.
Good word, Jeff.
Nice
Nice
word.
word,
DJ can spot a hit.
It had my favourite expression, big jokes for cash in it. So.
There you go.
It had some of the real highlights, that one.
What finish with you go? I'm going to live large forever. Yeah. You go, I can be a successful mathematician well into your 60s or 70s. Thanks, Jeff.
Jeff, that's a cracker. Good work, mate.
Keep them coming. Good work, Jeff. You've just got to live large forever, don't you, Sticky Chicken?
Dick jokes for cash.
It is 7-7 on the Jays. Let's give it up for one of the hot live acts around the country at the moment, Sydney's own The Cops.
Creature said, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I don't want to be alone in the night, in the night. I don't want to be alone in the night, in the night. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. See walking dragonfly out into dark, turn into a battery for battery power. Sucking out a soda pop, a little gin. Give it to your body, suit a creature of sin. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I don't want to be alone in the night, in the night. I don't want to be alone in the night, in the night. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh dirty little rebel, dirty little rebel. Dirty little rebel, dirty little rebel. Dirty little rebel, dirty little rebel. Dirty little rebel, dirty little rebel.
Oh, yeah. What do you think, Manning Bar, The Cops? Yeah.
I'm still asleep, but...
It's 4-7. What the hell, guys? You got another one in you? It's Adam and Will Day. Go crazy. That was Dirty Little Rebel by The Cops. Let's have another track. Yeah.
Sitting in the gutter with a sack full of Easter deal, trying to work out where the bullet was. Rock and roll mind, waiting for a gun. I got a bed with me, got together, ready for work. 10 track cuts in out of the shoes. Had a back of ball, couple left the shotgun shoot. When the shit ain't so bad, we're gonna bad ain't so broke. It's like a phrase
That's the Cops on Triple J. Live from the Manning Bar, the University of Sydney, Adam and Will Day. It's 2 minutes to 7. The Cops, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, let's rock. This is called On My Mind.
Triple J's Australian Music Month. Don't miss Powderfinger, live from the Arena in Brisbane.
Baby, I got you on my mind. Honey, you won't ever know.
8 o'clock Monday night, just for us here on Triple J.
Oh, yeah, Triple J, Adam and Will Day. It's about 1 minute to 7. I'm joined by Simon from the Cops. Great, well done, dude.
Thank you very much.
Is this your optimum time of playing about 10 to 7 in the morning? You got the 10 to 7 crowd jumping.
I think so. I'm still asleep.
Did you? How did the Cops prepare? Was there like an early dinner last night, got to bed by about 7 o'clock because we've got a gig tomorrow? Was it a professional approach or did you just stay out all night? What was the approach from the Cops?
I can't remember.
Excellent. Been a fantastic year for you guys. Going, congratulations on the album. All kicking along?
Thank you very much. Yeah, it has been great, yeah.
You got any gigs coming up that you want to plug the bejesus out of?
Only just probably Home Bake and then Falls.
Yeah? Home Bake's going to go absolutely wild in the Domain in Sydney on December 4th. Nice work. 7 o'clock news time on the Jays. Rhys Muldoon with a live gay school after 7 o'clock. Thank you very much, Simon. Well done to the Cops.
Thank you.
Good morning, Michael Turtle back in the Triple J newsroom. Australia has formally declared a crisis in relations with Vanuatu and threatened to cut off aid. The Foreign Minister, Alexander Downer, says the Prime Minister there is weakening democracy.
We won't be sending good money after bad.
Australia's threatened to cut everything from the $31 million of aid except humanitarian programs. While Ukraine is still tinkering on the brink of civil war, the country's Supreme Court has suspended the declaration of the presidential election results. Thousands of people are protesting in the streets and threatening to block roads and close schools. The EU is insisting the election be investigated, but the Russian president has rejected that. Spain has asked Afghan authorities to spare the life of a man found guilty of killing Australian cameraman Harry Burton. 29-year-old Reza Khan was apparently acting for the Taliban when he killed 4 journalists, including 3 Spaniards, in 2001. Spain's asked for him to be kept in prison for life because it opposes the death penalty. Federal Labor frontbencher Julia Gillard has defended Mark Latham, urging colleagues to end the speculation about his leadership. It comes after comments from one Labor senator that he had to prove himself to the party.
I think after an election, people are going to make comments. That's the way of the world. What we need to do now is stop talking about ourselves and keep talking about the issues that matter to Australians.
Environmentalists have called for health labels on sport utility vehicles. The group says just as smokers buy tobacco marked with warnings, consumers should be warned the oversized vehicles damage the environment through excessive fuel consumption. In Canada, the country's been rocked by a political scandal involving strippers, visas and political favours. Richard Reynolds is in Toronto.
The scandal began when it was disclosed that Canada's immigration minister had given a special discretionary visa to a stripper from Romania. The controversy was compounded when it was discovered the woman had worked on the minister's re-election campaign earlier this year. But things got even worse this week when it was revealed that the minister's chief of staff had visited various strip clubs to research a special visa program for so-called exotic dancers.
To sport now, and England's decided to go ahead with its controversial cricket tour of Zimbabwe. The African country had originally refused visas to some journalists wanting to cover the series, but has now backed down. Here's the Zimbabwean coach Phil Simmons.
What we've been looking forward to is to play cricket, and the more cricket we can get, the better. So I'm sure they're very relieved about it.
And finally, despite stiff competition, Rhianna Patrick has won the inaugural and the final breakfast dance-off. She's dazzled the crowd with her moves and uncanny impersonation of Vanilla Ice, without the miming, of course. That's all the news for now. You're listening to Triple J.
Triple J live music.
This is Triple J. Thank you for your ears. We are Upshot.
Upshot.
I thought I was losing you, but I'm just losing my head. Come on.
Upshot. Following Coolism, an hour of live Aussie hip-hop, 5 o'clock Sunday afternoon on Triple J.
on the streets when it's around. So we go to all the Turpie children who live far away on the back of a big bus all the way to Bombay. When they go on with them, but it won't be long. Gotta be for good times when everything starts to go wrong. Just struggling hard to get around. The indecision only brings no joy. So much joy to a fickle little world. But every night I do TV, film mine, I still see CTV on display on the streets when it's around. So we go to all the Turpie children who live far away on the back of a big bus all the way to Bombay. When I go on with them, but it won't be long. Gotta be for good times when everything starts to go wrong. So we go to all the Turpie children who live far away on the back of a big bus all the way to Bombay. When they go on with them, but it won't be long. Gotta be for good times when everything starts to go wrong. All the Turpie children who live far away on the back of a big bus all the way to Bombay.
Yeah, good morning, Australia. It is 7:06. It's Adam and Will Day, a national public holiday. We've all done the right thing and got up at 6 o'clock. Our final ever breakfast show on the Jays. We're here at the University of Sydney Manning Bar, which is absolutely packed. The good people at the university set up a little spillover room downstairs just in case a few too many people showed up with a video screen of what's going on upstairs. You've been down to the spillover room. How are things in the spillover room, Sticky Chicken?
There's 1,500 people watching radio on television.
There you go.
A big shout out to those dudes. You're having a good day.
Now, you just took Mary from Junee down there. How was she received by the seething masses?
Well, I don't know if she's coming back.
Nice work. She's found happiness in the spillover room. Packed middle hour of the show. Rhys Muldoon's going to do his gay school reading. As you just heard in the top of the hour news, Rhianna, Patrick, our newsreader at 7:30am, and Dools and a random punter are going for the ultimate shakedown booty challenge. Rhianna calls herself Bootylicious. Dools, as you know, is a man without dignity. It could go either way. It's too close to call at the moment. Liz Ellis coming in with Kath Cox, our mate from the netball. And Gerling will be playing live on stage. What's on your mind, Sticky Chicken?
Well, mate, it's a big day for celebrities.
Isn't it?
And there's one who's come here to wish us good luck.
Really? Who's that?
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, Shannon Noll.
No. Shannon Noll's here.
Yeah, g'day Australia, I'm Shannon Noll. Just great to be here on your last day of radio, Adam Will. That's what I'm talking about. You are great Australians, not a little prick Anthony from Australian Idol. That is what I'm talking about. What a little gay midget he is. That's what I'm talking about. Did you see him? You should have been singing, hi-ho, hi-ho, it's off to work I go. That's what I'm talking about.
What's been going down lately, Shannon? It's been a stellar ride for you.
I've been going down.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm talking about. Touch me flavour saver.
Excellent.
That is what I'm talking about. Not like that guy Sebastian Virgin. He's a virgin. You know why he's a virgin? Look at his hair. How big would his pubes be? That's what I'm talking about. Massive. If he wore a blue condom, it'd look like Dickie Knee. That's what I'm talking about.
Now, Shannon,
the Blair Witch would be in there going, help me. That is what I'm talking about.
Now that there's a new wave...
Ivan Milat's killing people down on his nuts. That's what I'm talking about.
Now, Shannon, now that there's a new wave of Australian
He's
Idol...
going to grow the hair long on one side and comb it over. That's what I'm talking about.
Now that there's a new generation of Australian Idol stars,
that's what I'm talking about.
and Anthony and Hayley and Courtney. I've only just realised they all end in Y. That's really weird.
Yeah.
Do you feel that you're now yesterday's news? Surely your time's over, Shannon. There's a new generation of idols coming through.
No, that's what I am supporting Bryan Adams this year. That is what I'm talking about.
Really?
Yeah, hell, you tell the difference. But going to be like one long concert by a fax machine. That is what I'm talking about. I'd like to do a shout-out today to my wife, Rochelle.
Oh, yeah.
And her bridesmaids, Narelle and Sherelle and Janelle. Oh, that is what I'm talking about.
Excellent.
And my dad, Noll.
Of course.
Yeah, that was his real name, Noll. It's hilarious, isn't it?
Excellent.
And my unemployed brother who likes Courtney Love and the Foo Fighters.
Excellent. Really?
Yeah, that's Joel Noll, who's on the dole and loves Hole and Dave Grohl. Yeah,
there
that's
you go.
what I'm talking about.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Shannon Noll.
That's what I'm talking about.
Here's one of our favourite tracks from the entire... see you later, Shannon. Oh, Will, you're back.
Oh, g'day.
Here's one of our favourite tracks from the entire year. R.L. Burnside. Someday Baby featuring lyrics born. Now I want the whole crowd to get in here. We all know what lyrics born is saying in the middle of this thing. I want to hear the crowd kicking it in here. 7:10 on the Jays.
You on out there?
Yeah, it's Adam and Will Day. I think Shannon Noll might have actually written those lyrics born there.
That was great.
13.
Seriously, lyrics born by a vowel, dude.
7:13 on the Jays. Talking about by a vowel.
It seriously sounds like the Swedish Chef from the Muppets. It's R.L. Burnside and the Swedish Chef from the Muppets. The birdie, birdie, and the birdie, and the birdie, 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 birdie.
I'll do the weather then.
At his gigs, there's two old guys just going.
Why do we always come here? At the end, I'll read the weather and then I'll tell you a by a vowel story. This is episode 4, the smallest of the non-trivial squares, people. Episode 4 of the weather. Townsville showers today and 31. Brisbane, a low-risk shower, 27. I don't know what it is that makes a shower low risk, but it's a very safe shower they're having in Brisbane today. There's
all the rain comes in condoms.
Oh, really? That's awesome. Newcastle fine in 25. Sydney dry in 24. Canberra dry in 28. Hobart fine in 21. Adelaide hot in 37. Perth showers clearing in 25. Darwin evening storms in 34. Alice Springs fine in 38. Melbourne fine in 32. Rhys Muldoon's up very soon with Gay School that deals with, amongst other things, the phenomenon of drinks spiking. Very, very serious stuff. the poor quality of food that you get in catering outlets at music festivals, the special love between 15 and 33-year-olds, police accidentally sending child pornography to schools, and the ALP abandoning its traditional left-wing elites. Rhys is currently rustling around through the ABC archives to see if he can find a gay school on that topic. It's 7:15. I'll tell you my buy a vow story. Earlier in the year when I did Wheel of Fortune on Channel 7. Tremendous fun. But there was actually a moment, I was doing the Wheel of Fortune thing, there was a moment where, and you've got to play tactical on the wheel. You don't just blow your consonants when you think you've got it, you start building up the shape of the words, that sort of stuff. You've got to play a tactical.
No, tell us more.
Well, who defeated Simon the Carryover champion and won the telescope? Thank you very much.
Yes. And with that telescope, he can now almost see his own penis.
If you don't mind. I mentioned that the fun thing about doing the Wheel of Fortune thing is what they do is, and it's an important thing about the message, the top 10 things we did all year, okay? You can do these things. I did not get any special treatment on Wheel of Fortune. I went on like any other regular dude, just went to a public audition, which they hold in Channel 7 studios around the country. They get about 250 people in. They give you out these little word puzzles that are sort of half completed. You have to fill in the gaps. It's like playing the old hangman game, right? They get 250 people. They then go, okay, hand up if you got 15 out of 15. Thank you very much. Keep your hands up, okay, 14 out of 15, 13. They keep going until they've got about the top 40. Now, normally about 12 or 13 is the pass mark. The day I was there, guys who got 6 out of 15 were going through to the second rounds.
People from Mount Druitt.
I was in the shallow end of the gene pool, and someone had taken the plug out, if you know what I'm saying, right? The dude next to me, one of the clues was a double name. It was Bart and Jessica Simpson, right? That was
By the way,
answer.
that pop you just heard was Liz Ellis opening champagne.
There you go.
Her segment's going to be awesome.
Oh, dear. The answer was meant to be Bart and Jessica Simpson, right? The dude next to me panics, can't work out the Bart, B something something T, leaves that blank. Works out the and, good work. Instead of Jessica, that's the same length as the word Jamaica, so he puts that in there. And then the last word finishes O-N, so he panics. He's on a roll with the Jamaica. He writes down Jamoan, as in the Irish comedian. So it's something...
Did you ever notice that you're a fuckwit, mate?
Exactly. Something and Jamaica Jamoan. Couple of problems. First of all, how many letters in the word Jamoan?
6.
How many in Simpson?
7.
So he's overcome that by putting an extra O at the end of Jamoan. So he's gone something and Jamaica Jamoan. That guy got 2 out of 15, didn't get through. But on the second night when I got every single prize and it was the most brutal display of Wheel of Fortune history ever, where the poor girl standing next to me, Amy, who had dreamed for 10 years of being on Wheel of Fortune, got to spin the wheel once and spun a bankrupt. Crushed by the Spence. There was a moment during that show...
Good on you for picking on girls, dude. And then I bashed up this homeless person.
Exactly. Yeah. There was a beautiful moment in the show where I turned to Steve Oemke. I'm halfway through a word puzzle. I said, Steve, can I buy an E? Steve Oemke said, that'll be $50. And I swear on national TV I was this close to saying, 3 for $100. Come on. It is 7:18 on the Jays. Here's some ugly duckling. Pass it on. Rhys Muldoon up soon.
Many years ago, I was 10 years old. We used to play a game that you all should know. It's really very simple in the form of a song. Just say a couple lines, then pass it on. Eeny, meeny, weeny, papa, ooh, my, my. I can't wait for later, got to get down now. With pow wow with my engine. I got chins and feet so big they look like swim fins. I'm going down in history with a bad attitude like Mr. T. So I pity the fool that would get with me. And when my money's gone, I'll find my jewelry. I'm on fire like a bonfire, making you melt. They'll help and I grab my utility belt. I'm delicious and nutritious like a toasted oat. And if you forget, I left you a post-it note. Yeah, I put the flame on the batter till it's chicken fried. Well, I'm never watered down like a slip and slide. You didn't know? Go ask your mom. What did you say? Pass it on. Pass it on. Pass it on. Listen close. Pass it on. Pass it on. Pass it on. What did you say? Pass it on. There you are. It's because you're right on. Ain't that right? Do that. Stopping that stuff. Just grab the mic. I got my girl a glass of milk in an Ori. Told her that I really wanna be her Romy. Wrote her a letter from Albuquerque, New Mexico, with an exit O and an exit O. If you're a fat girl who does step aerobics, or a rape chick who holds up the glow sticks, I wanna move from my bachelor pad and settle down like a sitcom actor dad. Man, I made plans to build the next Graceland, get fat and expand my waistband, save the weight loss, great for Kate Moss, more potatoes and please pass the steak sauce. I move fast, so I'm hard to hit, like a 7-10 split as I laugh and sit on a limb with a grin like Cheshire Cat. You cock your slingshot, I laugh and fire back. I gotta get away and leave all my pet peeves. Finish up and we're out like check, please. Before we go, if you wanna sing along, everybody come on and say, pass it on. Pass it on. Pass it on, pass it on. Listen close. Pass it on, pass it on, pass it on. What did you say? Pass it on. There you are. It's because you're right on. Ain't that right? What exactly are you saying? Pass it on, pass it on. Listen close. Pass it on, pass it on, pass it on. Stop the mess up. Pass it on.
That is Ugly Duckling on Triple J. It is about 21 past 7. Gerling are getting warmed up. They're playing before Sally 8 o'clock. And Liz Ellis's sports session is going to be very special today. She's already juicing up out the back on the liquid gold. But Rhys Muldoon is here to do the final ever Gay School. It's a live read. Rhys, we sent you down to the ABC archives to see if you could find a Gay School episode that contains references to drink spiking, festival food at rock festivals being very poor quality, police accidentally releasing full graphic child porn images to schools, 15 33-year-old love, and the ALP abandoning their traditional left-wing elites. What was it like? Was there anything there? You were under time pressure.
Yeah, I was. The car was held up briefly, but no, we got there, went through the 60s files, the 70s files, came up with something from the 80s.
The 80s?
Yeah, different times.
Okay, here it is, the final ever Gay School.
Come into my office, Constable Dave, said Superintendent Fully on the Gear, who had recently left the army. You've got some explaining to do. Constable Bob followed him into the office, through all the DVD players and television sets, through the gold jewellery and through the electric guitars. Superintendent on the Gear liked to have a few knickknacks around the office, and stood behind the desk. It's come to my attention that you have sent inappropriate material to a number of schools. I only sent them a few Dr. Seuss books, said Constable Dave. Including this one, screamed the superintendent. He was holding up a copy of Hop on Pop. Constable Dave sadly nodded his head. This is no good, Dave, said the super. Firstly, I'm going to have to fine you $50. You can give me that now if you like. And you're in charge of Schoolies Week, so pack your board shorts and your Rohypnol. I'm joking. Now go. Constable Dave went home, packed his bags and headed north. He went straight to the police station and reported for duty. G'day, Constable Dave, said Sergeant Peter Beattie, who was in charge of public holidays and schoolies. Do you want the private schoolies or public schoolies? What's the diff? Asked Constable Dave. The private schoolies is much more left-wing elite. In other words, they share their cocaine and ecstasy. I'll take the public then, said Dave, and headed into town. When he got there, he couldn't find teenagers anywhere. He walked up to a street vendor who was squeezing out a kebab every 45 minutes. Excuse me, said Constable Dave, where are all the schoolies? Oh, that's better. Yeah, put some tabbouleh on that Pete and wrap it. What? Oh, yeah, the schoolies. Yeah, they'll be at the quadrangle just around the corner. Look, do you want sauce with that? No, thanks, said Dave, and headed for the quadrangle. When he got there, he couldn't believe what he saw. Thousands of well-behaved youths playing handball and giant chess and sipping orange cordial. One of the boys approached Dave. "Excuse me, copper," said the boy. "Yes," said Dave. "I think someone may have put something in my drink." Dave had a sniff. Yep, sure enough. Alcohol. "I'm sorry about this," said Dave. "There's always some yahoo that wants to ruin it for everyone. Now go back to your handball and I'll take care of this." "Thanks, copper," said the boy, who began busting a few crazy moves on the court. These kids, thought Dave, so poor yet so happy. Just then a call came over Dave's radio. "All units, there's a coke frenzy going on over here. Now they're trying to build a human brown-eye pyramid. All units, all units." "I've got to go," yelled Dave. "No worries, copper. We'll pick up our rubbish after we're done," they said as one. Dave hot-footed it to the private schoolies. When he got there, he found it very difficult to get a park amongst the Range Rovers and other stupid fucking bicycle-killing four-wheel drives. The human brown-eye pyramid was in full swing, and a man with a beard was putting ecstasy tabs into everyone's bottom. "You!" There's quite a mental picture, that.
Isn't it?
Yes. "You!" said Dave to the man with the beard. "How old are you?" 15, said the man. "How old?" said Dave. 15, said the man. "OK, 30. You're under arrest for drink spiking." Dave had just arrested the man solely responsible for all the debauchery at schoolies. He was a hero. The youth of Australia would thank him. Hooray!
Oh, there you go. The final ever gay score, Rhys Muldoon. Here's Regurgitator on Triple J. 27 past. 7 o'clock. Up next, news headlines on the Rhianna Patrick Dance Challenge.
I got a great new friend, he's a robot. He's my man and he's megawatt. He doesn't pretend, never lies, never cheats, never steals from me. I trust nobody else with my secrets. I can depend on his sequence. Logical patterns of trust in his hard drive, relax, I couldn't unwind it. I got a friend and he's a robot man. You know I got a friend, he's a computer man. I know there is no human so techno. There is nobody so stay low. Constant companion who knows all the action, can calculate fractions, and he is zeros and ones, and I know this. He is not flesh and he can't kiss. But who needs humans when humans get angry and humans get ugly? And I got a friend, and he's a robot man. You know I got a friend, he's a computer man. You know I got a friend, and he's a robot man. You know I got a friend, he's a computer man. Friend, he's a robot, always thinking just non-stop. Computing language while making a sandwich, converting the average, and he is always the fun, and he's number one. He's taking the time and he can run right through the night, and he never sleeps and he never lies down. And I got a friend,
Triple J News headlines. Australia's threatened to cut crucial aid to Vanuatu because of what it says is corruption and poor government. Tension is growing over the disputed election result in the Ukraine, with the Russian president challenging the EU's demand for an investigation. A senior Labor frontbencher is urging the party to support leader Mark Latham and focus on policy issues. In Canada, a political scandal involving strippers, visas and political favours is continuing to grow.
I'm guessing it's not the only thing that's continuing to grow in that scandal.
In sport, the New South Wales golfer Kurt Barnes has taken a 2-shot lead going into today's second round of the Australian Open in Sydney. And as a fundraiser, a small school in Texas is raffling off 2 rifles to parents who are concerned about a sexual predator in the area.
What? They're raffling off 2 rifles.
I didn't even know Wayne Carey lived in Texas.
It is 29 to 8 on Triple J. We are only 40 seconds away from the inaugural and final Adam and Will breakfast. Triple J booty-shaking, delicious newsreader Rhianna Patrick Get Down Dance Challenge. Get the track top off, Rhianna. We're about to do this.
November is Triple J's Australian Music Month.
And this weekend, it's all Australian music, all weekend.
People walking straight and narrow down illusionary lines.
There'll be a special J-file on the Hilltop Hoods.
It's an all-Australian Net 50. And if that's not enough excitement, you can catch Robbie Buck selecting his fave Australian videos as part of Rage on ABC TV.
And you know that we're heaps good. We've been waiting for so long for the sunshine.
Get carried off with Australian music this month on Triple J.
Yeah, we are. Triple J, 28 to 8 on the J's. Adam and Will with you. We are about to do the inaugural dance-off challenge. Rhianna Patrick is our bootylicious on the half-hour and top-of-the-hour newsreader. She actually takes dancing classes. She's always talking the talk. We thought, well, there's one way to sort this out. Let's get them out here on the last show ever. We've got Rhianna.
Yep.
She's up against Dools,
Yep.
who brings it.
Yep. And a guy we found in the audience who refers to himself as Bower. He said it's like power with a B.
That's like totally cool, man.
He's a banker. That's like wanker with a B.
There you go. So, well, let's get them all out here on the stage. If our 3 contestants can come out, one of you stand at the front, the other 2 stand on the riser behind in front of the drums there. So bring out Bower. Come on out
Bower.
here.
Dools
and Rhianna, come and stand on the riser behind so you can, sledge while he's doing it. There's Dools. There's Rhianna, just looking very comfortable. Bower's got the camouflage pants on. Now, Dools and Rhianna stand up the back. You can watch Bower do his stuff. We're going to play a dance track. You get 30 seconds each freestyle at the top. Then all 3 of you on the stage as Will and I shout out varying dance styles. Okay?
Right.
The track, no one knows the track in advance, so this is a genuine dance floor situation. We've only got a few seconds to come up with the killer moves. What have we gone with, Will?
Okay, I'm DJ Will here at the beautiful Slip-In nightclub. And to all the ladies out on the floor and to my man Bower, here it is, my favourite song. It's Vanilla Ice with Ice Ice Baby.
Take it away, Bower. You've got 30 seconds.
VIP. Bower seems to be doing a chicken dance at the moment. Okay, Bower, I think he's now just actually having a fit. Can somebody hold Bower's tongue?
Collaborate and listen.
Got some beauty.
Okay, I just saw Bower's brown eye.
Okay. Nice work, Bower. Bower out. Dools in.
The Dools factor. Scott Dools, Dooley, ladies and gentlemen.
When I play a dope melody, anything less than the best is a felony. Love it or leave it, you better gain weight. You better hit bulls out of kid, don't play. If there was a problem,
dropped it onto the back.
Rhianna Patrick.
Dools dropped down, sprung back up, looked around her. Here she goes. Hands up and down, spin it. Double clap. The crowd's getting in. 1 foot spin. Now we get all 3 dancers. All 3 in.
All 3 in.
We will start with the robot. Robot dance.
with a souped up tempo, I'm on a roll. It's time to go
Okay,
solo.
Bower's robot seems to be broken. All right, I want the running man.
Running man.
The running man.
Did you stop? No, I just drove. I kept on. Pursuing to the next stop.
Dools is looking and copying.
Yeah.
Yo, so I continue to A1A.
Jules has no idea how to run. How about the sprinkler? Can anyone do the sprinkler?
Cause I'm out getting mine. Shade with the gauge and vanilla with the 9. Ready for the chunk.
Bauer's got to realise with water restrictions you can't do the sprinkler like that, Bauer.
Right, and what about flash dance? I want to see flash dance.
On the concrete real fast. Jumped in my car. Slammed on the gas. Pump on the average pack. Trying to get away with the jack on the jack. Police on the scene. You know what I mean? They passed me up. We're running all the dope. If it was a problem.
Bauer's getting naked.
Put it away, Bauer.
Okay, we've now got 30 seconds of freestyle to impress the crowd and we'll get them to vote. All three, let's go. Anything you've got, let's go. Who thinks that Bauer's come away with the prize?
Who thinks that Dools has won the competition?
Bauer's getting nude. Bauer's getting nude. Dools is out of there. And who thinks Rhianna Patrick is booty? Rhianna Patrick is melting Bauer.
Put your clothes back on, Bauer.
24-8 on the Jays.
My God, Bauer has nice boobs.
Hook while the issue revolves in. It is 24-8 on the Jays. Rhianna Patrick is booty. Liz is Gerling are up next. Liz Ellis before the top of the hour. Here's Regurgitator and Robot on Triple J.
I got a great new friend, he's a robot. He's my man and he's megawatt. He doesn't pretend, never lies, never cheats, never steals from me. And I trust nobody else with my secrets. I can depend on his sequence. Logical patterns of trust in his hard drive, relax, I couldn't unwind it. I got a friend and he's a robot man. You know I got a friend, he's a computer man. I know there is no human so techno. There is nobody so stay low. Constant companion who knows all the action, can calculate fractions, and he is zeros and ones, and I know this. He is not flesh and he can't kiss. But who needs humans when humans get angry and humans get ugly? And I got a friend, and he's a robot man. You know I got a friend, he's a computer man. You know I got a friend, and he's a robot man. You know I got a friend, he's a computer man. Friend, he's a robot, always thinking just non-stop. Computing language while making a sandwich, converting the average, and he is always the fun, and he's number one. He's taking the time and he can't run right through the night, and he never sleeps and he never lies down. And I got a friend, and he's a robot man. You know I got a friend, he's a computer man. Got a friend, and he's a robot man. You know I got a friend, he's a computer man.
Yeah, it's 21-8 on the Jays. It's getting pretty wild here on Adam and Will Day at the Manning Bar at the University of Sydney. One of the great things about doing this gig is we've been able to meet some awesomely talented Australian musicians over the years.
We had a little bit of a talk when we were putting together this final show, and we really just had a wish list of like our favourite bands that we've got to play on the station and got to see.
Mercury 4.
Yep. Yeah.
I gotta get me some.
But this is these guys are totally my favourite Australian band and the best live act in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, could you please give it up for Gerling?
Good morning.
I ever let it lie. You disappear as easy as it came. I get myself and I forget my name. Sit around in silhouettes in revolution and we start again. I hear the clank to clean the street. Get more the sunshine on my feet. My head hurts and brain feels bad. Try to remember where the money went. I see a picture inside my brain. I see your room but not your name. Sit around revolution, now we fuck again. We get our name, get our game, fuck it up, it's all over again. We get our name, get our game, round it up, it's all over again. She doesn't care about being 19. She should Berlin if you know what I mean. I just wanna see nothing again. I see I fall into a big trap. We take it out, never coming back. But I know better see the sun. Think you wanna fucking when you cross me, don't worry about my way. Just go and get mad through the day. How many people it's just a show? Wonder what is around, let it go. You're the one never coming back. Still bad energy behind my back. Keep a silhouette in the city sky. That's it, building and I'm feeling high. I know that one never coming back. Feel the bad energy behind my back. See a silhouette in the city sky. Rock it up and we'll put it on. We forget our name, we forget our game. Fuck it up and start over again. We forget our name, forget our game. Fuck it up and start over again.
That's Will's microphone. He's just kicked over. Gerling, ladies and gentlemen, in the city.
Wow. For the people at home, that set did end with Darren throwing his guitar while he sat on my lap.
Yeah, a lot of people have stage dived before. No one has ever announcer dived.
Wow.
At one of our gigs. Gerling, ladies and gentlemen.
Awesome.
It is 7:45. Here's a bit of the White Stripes for you. Seven Nation Army. Liz Ellis up next on the Jays.
I'm gonna fight 'em all. A Seven Nation Army couldn't hold me back. They're gonna rip it off, taking their time right behind my back. And I'm talking to myself at night because I can't forget. Back and forth through my mind behind a cigarette. And a message coming from my eyes says leave it don't wanna hear about it. Every single one's got a story to tell. Everyone knows about it. From the Queen of England to the hounds of hell. And if I catch it coming back my way, I'm gonna serve it to you. And that ain't what you want to hear, but that's what I'll do. And the feeling coming from my bones says find a I'm going to Wichita, far from this opera forevermore. I'm gonna work the straw, make the sweat drip out of every pore. And I'm bleeding and I'm bleeding and I'm bleeding right before the Lord. All the words are gonna bleed from me and I will think no more. And the stains coming from my blood tell me go back home.
Yeah, the White Stripes and Seven Nation Army on Triple J. It is about 12 minutes to 8. Adam and Will with you now. Down through the years, good people. Gee, there have been some people who've impacted on this show. Very few quite as much as this next lady.
People
have fallen in love with you too.
I wonder if Junee Pates his name. Yep. That's more meat for me.
Liz Ellis is in the house. How are you going, Liz?
I'm sad that maybe that's the last time I see Will head dance like that.
I know, it's a very special
Every
one.
week, I'll just come round to your house on Fridays if you want, and we'll put that theme on.
No, I don't want.
And you have bought
And you can tell me about, sanitarium products.
Nestle, Will, Nestle, if you don't mind.
You have brought with you a very special guest, the immediate past captain of the Australian netball team with a career record of 1 game, 0 wins, 1 loss. Catherine Cox is here. Coxie! How are you, Coxie?
I'm very well. I'm probably one of the only people that's happy you're finishing today. You're not going to bag me out every other week from now on.
Exactly. Coxie's come in for a right roll serve. I've always stuck up for you, Coxie. I've always said to you going, hey, come on. That's not actually anatomically possible, guys. Don't say
But you'll
that.
give it a crack later on.
Exactly.
No, you've always said, why didn't you do that for me?
She's not shy, the
Leaving
Ellis.
my
She's going out swing. Congratulations, guys, on beating the Kiwis. An amazing third test.
Liz, on one leg. You were seriously like, I just didn't think you were going to play, and then you were like player of the match.
Yeah, but I had calipers on. Did you see the ankle guard I had on?
Yeah, I know. It was
wasn't
insane.
a good look. Didn't
No.
match my uniform.
That's what you care about, isn't it?
I couldn't find ribbons to match it. I struggled. It was pretty exciting, and for the first time in 6 years, I think all my tips came true. I tipped New Zealand to lose everything last weekend, and they did.
It was a magic weekend. What was it like for you, Coxie, that third test? Because we won the first one. They played really hard and well in the second one. The third test, you guys got away. Did you always think you had it? Because we were out by about 7, then it came back. When were you confident that we had that sorted?
I was confident from the start when the captaincy was taken off me and given back to Liz, actually.
Good.
You was like, I'm captain? Oh, God, I'm still drunk from last night.
I don't know how to toss a coin.
Yeah, but I've heard you know how to toss... No. But,
Did you win the toss in your only ever captaincy of Australia?
Well, I thought this was going to be decent today.
No, God, no.
It's your last day.
Did you win the toss? Did you win the toss when you got...
No, I didn't. Let's move on.
God.
I won the toss in my first and third matches against New Zealand.
Oh, there you go.
hey, why don't the two of you have a fight, with pillows and stuff?
Later, why don't next Friday morning you come to my house and we'll have a fight and we'll have some jelly and chocolate and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be great until your 6'10" killing machine husband walks in and goes, oh, you've bought another one for me to play with. This is going to hurt you. This is going to hurt you a lot more than it hurts. More meat for me.
You're my wife now, Will. Look what I can do to you from 3 feet away.
Now, it was how much?
This is what we call contact.
What was the Coxie? What was the crowd for the final test? It was another 10,000 plus. They're talking about you guys playing the Kiwis 3 times every year now because you've had the biggest crowds in the history of the court. What's it like walking out with that many people there going absolutely wild? Does it put you off or does it get you going?
No, it's huge. And your first thought is, where is all this money going? And I still don't know.
If you've enjoyed Liz's segment over the years, we might, as you leave, ask for a gold coin donation that's going to go directly to the future of netball in this country.
That'd be fabulous.
And we're selling Kimberley koalas out the front as well.
Yeah, nice.
Or at least it's going to go on Coxie and Liz's bar tab because they're the only people in this entire room who have alcohol.
Don't touch it.
Yeah, this is the expensive stuff. That was $11 a bottle, people. Back off.
I came prepared. I felt like a nana. I got here and I had my knapsack with my bottle of champagne in it and my chocolates, and everyone was like, oh, cool. See, you got to be a netballer to, prepare and bring your own, alcohol when you come to these functions. I bet you just bought Coke, didn't you? Yeah, see? They're not telling anyway.
I don't know what they bought, but they're all hugging each other.
Yeah. See, we're so old-fashioned, we just bought alcohol.
Now, Liz, as you reflect on 6 years of calling the sport on the various shows I've done on the Jays, what's been the hallmark? Where's it gone? What's the journey been like for you?
Look, the journey's been fabulous, and I think the thing to remember is that so many teams and people that were so good before we started in 1998, are now shit. I did a bit of research last night for the first time in 6 years. I know.
Why start now?
True, but I thought I might as well start and
All right,
finish on the same day.
Exactly.
When it comes to research. In the AFL, 1998, the year before we started, the Adelaide Crows were first.
Oh, yeah.
Now they're 12th.
Mm-hmm.
Carlton...
Western Bulldogs are still shit, though.
Yeah.
Well, interestingly enough, Western Bulldogs in 1998 came third.
I know. 97 and 98.
This year they came 14th.
Yeah, okay.
Carlton in 1998 came 11th.
Yeah.
This year they came 11th.
Oh, okay.
In athletics, Kathy Freeman was the world champion. Now she's retired. In rugby, South Africa were the reigning world champions. One lonely yappy in the room. Get that person.
I'll see you at the front later, lady. There's no bloody place for that here. Get your dirty smart-ass attitude out of here. Fucking show you. I'm no longer practising apartheid. I'm very good at it now.
The only bad thing about that was you've come up with a brand new character on the last bloody show.
I wonder what happens when the Pope talks to that person.
No, let it go.
Got to hear from the Pope today. We've got to hear from the Pope today.
He'll be here later. Keep going, Liz.
Well, in 1998, Warney was just a cricketer.
Yeah, true.
Oh, there's been so many scandals since, hasn't
He's
there?
just been so up and down. Just ask the nurse.
Okay.
Yeah, this...
it's quality gear, people. It's all the gold.
We're not talking about sport. That's just stupid. The Australian women's hockey team, of course, were reigning gold medalists. Now they can't win a match at the Champions Trophy. But New Zealand... well, when I started, Australia was still the world netball champions, and now we're not.
Ooh, unfinished business. And you're the two women to take us back to the top, yeah?
Well, thank you. One person in this whole room said yes. Thank you very much.
And it wasn't Liz or Catherine. That's what I liked.
We hesitated. We're not sure. We'll get back to you in 3 years' time.
Let's have your final ever Liz Ellis sporting tips. Get these down, people. You can go to the bank with these ones. Are you ready, Liz?
Yeah, well, it's actually a bit of a story.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully we've got enough time before the 8 o'clock news.
Make sure that, that clock doesn't get to 8. It's 3, episode 3 of The Weather, ladies and gentlemen.
I need room for 7 tips.
Yeah, okay. Feel free to tell me that just as we start. Townsville showers and 31, Brisbane a shower and 27.
Okay, sometime in the future, I walk into a bar in Madrid and through a smoky haze I spot one A. Spencer, recently disgraced coach of the Olympic gold medal winning Matildas women's soccer team. To my utter disbelief, Spencer is deeply engrossed in a game of chess with a man who looks, smells and tastes like David Beckham.
Newcastle fine and 25. Sydney dry.
Come on, David, let's bend it.
Dry and 24.
I glance to my right and who do I see but recently crowned WWE triple hoedown touchdown smackdown champion Will Anderson. Comparing the merits of double-strength lycra with none other than Shervo.
Canberra dry and 28, Hobart fine and 21.
You call that a cock? This is a cock.
I don't know what we call you, Will, sometimes. A quick look to my left reveals an interesting foursome. 2 women who played netball for Australia, Justine Kelly and Zoey Jones, talking to none other than the lovely Brendan Julian and Damien Martin.
Adelaide hot and 37, Perth showers clearing and 25.
Not knowing what to make of these coincidences, I walk up to the bar and order a beer from the barmaid, none other than dual Commonwealth Games gold medalist Catherine Cox. The woman who disregarded my dreams and fulfilled her own by winning gold at the Commonwealth Games in 2006 in the 400-metre flat and the 400-metre hurdles.
Oh, I like that because that means you beat that Yana Pittman bitch.
Darwin evening storms and 34.
Thanks for explaining the joke, Will. I appreciate that. Suddenly, the room is all action. Bex beats Adam with the classic Pepsi manoeuvre. Will has a costume malfunction that leaves more than a nipple hanging out.
Look at Will, he's being attacked by a snake.
A very small...
Dude, that was between me and you. Let's keep that private, all right?
There's not much between you and him, is there?
He was in another suburb.
And Justine and Zoe develop a strange affinity with Damien Martin. This leaves me surrounded by Bex, Brendan Julian and Shervo.
Alice Springs fine and 38. I can see where this is going.
No, you can't, because Matthew walks into the bar and I go home with him and I leave Catherine to the 3 of them and they all go to a commune and live happily ever after.
Melbourne fine and 32 degrees. It's about 1 minute to 8 on the Jays.
We have
We have Catherine Cox here today, and we've made a lot of jokes at Coxie about your love life in the past, and
lack thereof.
And I feel a bit sad about the fact that we've sullied your name. So today I've written a little poem as an apology for all the nasty things I've said about you.
Get us up to the 8 o'clock news.
I'm sorry, Catherine, that I said you were an awesome rooter. It was honestly just a slip of the tongue. I meant an awesome shooter. I'm sorry that I may have said that you played with genitalia. What I meant that was what you played it hard and gently for Australia. And when I said that you love balls, I'm sorry about that crack. So now the only WA you love is playing wing attack. I seriously was just joking. I honestly never meant you malice. And I got most of the goss I shared from the blabbermouth Liz Ellis. But I did take it too far. That certainly is a fact. It's only on the netball court where you make multiple contacts. So I'm really sorry, Coxie. This is what I have to say. I respect you and admire you. Please don't stay 3 feet away. I'm sorry that my big mouth has meant our relationships on the rocks. From now on, it's all about Catherine, and I'll forget about the Cox.
Ladies and gentlemen, Liz Ellis and Catherine Cox on Triple J News Time.
G'day, Michael Turtle with Triple J News. The federal government will pressure the states to recommit to the National Water Initiative today at a meeting in Canberra. During last month's federal election campaign, the states pulled out of the agreement, but Federal Environment Minister Ian Campbell says the $500 million package to restore the Murray is conditional on all of them signing up.
I do hope the states recognise that the game playing of the election should be behind them as at October the 9th, and serious work on projects on the Murray can commence now.
Refugee advocates have been accused of trying to incite further disturbances inside South Australia's Baxter Detention Centre. The support group Justice for Refugees thinks tensions are building within the centre, but the Immigration Department's Andrew Gavin says the situation is normal.
Misinformation from advocates does not help the detainees. In fact, inflammatory remarks have the potential to incite incidents which are in nobody's interests.
The Cronulla Rugby League Club says it's unlikely action will be taken against player David Peachey, who was arrested last night. He was taken for questioning over a brawl in Sydney's King's Cross, but released without charge. He was apparently trying to break up an altercation between members of his family. With Schoolies Week on the Gold Coast drawing to a close this weekend, police have congratulated revellers on their behaviour. Authorities say they've been the best behaved in years. Superintendent Brett Pointing hopes it'll continue over the final weekend.
With 2 nights to go, we just want to remind schoolies, I guess, please don't blot the copybook. The things you do and the decisions you make here at schoolies, if you get in trouble for them, can affect the rest of your life.
6 teenagers have been arrested over a fire that destroyed a Muslim school in the southern Netherlands and for a suspected arson attack on a mosque. Prosecutors claim it was linked to last month's murder of controversial filmmaker Theo van Gogh. Well, I don't know what the Brits will make of it, but the BBC World Service is set to show a different side of Aussie life. The Beeb will record its quest for love at tomorrow night's Busted Bull BNS Ball in Inglewood in southern Queensland. Organiser David Littleproud thinks it'll be interesting.
I think we sort of made our mark through rain and mud last year than anything else, so if it's on again in the same style, I'm sure that the Brits will be quite interested.
Finally to sport, and the New Zealand cricket team will take 2 spinners into the second cricket test starting today at the Adelaide Oval. With temperatures in the mid-30s predicted for the next few days, the Black Caps have included off-spinner Paul Wiseman to support Daniel Vettori. Medium pacer James Franklin has also been added to the team after recovering from a groin injury. And that's all the news for now. There'll be more next hour right across Australia. You're listening to Triple J.
We want it to be good for Aussie hip-hop and contributing to, saying there's a lot of Aussie music out there that's not just rock.
The Hilltop Hoods, a J-File special with Geordie Kilby. This Saturday at 5 on Triple J.
Hilltop Hoods and we're coming up.
got nothing real, taking everything she can't steal, just like it was her last meal. You're gonna fall behind me, you're gonna cry and beg for mercy, 'cause you're not ready, baby, and you got nothing on me. You're gonna fall behind me, you're gonna cry and beg for mercy, 'cause you're not ready, baby, and you got nothing on me, and you got nothing on me. How long is she gonna be around? And how long do we have to watch her dumbing down? 'Cause when it's cheap it fades fast. And how long does she think it's gonna last? You're gonna fall behind me, you're gonna cry and beg for mercy, 'cause you're not ready, baby, and you got nothing on me. You're gonna fall behind me, you're gonna cry and beg for mercy, 'cause you're not ready, baby, and you got nothing on me, 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 and you got nothing on me.
You're on Triple J. It is 7 minutes past 8. Adam and Will with you. It's Adam and Will Day. God, we've got 53 minutes of Triple J breakfast with Adam and Will ever to go, and we are bringing it home with some big stuff.
We're so going to go after 9 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Somebody ring Mel.
Yeah. Frenzal Rhomb are going to play before the end of the show. Don't you worry about that. We'll be catching up with the stink. We've got the radio play to come, but I'm achieving my last of my top 10 things I've just got to get done this year. One of them was to cook lamb chops and gravy for the divine and sumptuous Anna Coren from Channel 7, who's here. How are you going, Anna?
I'm very well, thank you.
Anna made the mistake when she rang in earlier in the year for one of our radio quizzes or something like that.
It was.
And with the tie-break question, what's your favourite food? And you said something like, lamb chops and gravy. I love gravy.
Biggest mistake I ever made.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She wasn't talking about man gravy, Adam.
No, well, I managed to edit it up and it just said, love gravy, love gravy, love gravy. And a couple of hours later, I came out of the booth, and since then, it's been
Since then, the equipment's never worked.
It's been my goal to cook lamb chops and gravy for Anna Coren. And who better to do it than the guy who hosts the cooking segment on the Big Arvo? Ben from the Big Arvo is here. How are you going, Ben?
Thank you. Good, thank you, Adam.
Now, the Big Arvo is traditionally pitched at your sort of 12 to 15-year-old audience, but I know for a fact you guys have there's a section of the university crowd who quite like watching the Big Arvo, isn't there, Ben?
Yeah, I think it's these two people here in the section. No, she's shaking her head. Sorry to involve you. It's just him. Damn. She got straight out of the section.
Do you need a university education to work on the Big Arvo, Ben?
No, but it wouldn't help. No, it wouldn't help.
Now, you're, of course, Channel 7 stablemates, and you take in a little bit of the Big Arvo. Now, you've got a big weekend. What's your show you're hosting this weekend?
Oh, Australia's Brainiest Kid.
Australia's Brainiest Kid on Channel 7. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
You must watch.
Yeah.
Australia's nerdiest kids.
Yeah.
See a whole lot of people who don't get along with anyone at school come together.
Aye.
Come on, Will. Adam was one of them. What are you talking about?
That's exactly what I was
Shut
talking
up! And hanging around with these really brainy, intelligent super kids, Anna, did you sort of form an affinity with them and think, gee, 10, 20 years from now, these kids are just going to be the sort of guy I would just want to pash on with?
I know. I felt rather intimidated, actually. But, future Bill Gates, future Prime Ministers, solve
What,
cancer.
are you saying that John Howard would have been a nerd as a kid?
I'm not sure. I'm just taking a guess.
Now, Ben from the Big Arvo, you do the 2-minute cooking challenge. It's one of the cult segments on the Big Arvo. How do you get yourself in the zone beforehand, Ben?
I sacrifice a goat. Isn't that what most cults do?
Really?
And then I get in my spaceship See, look, it's space gravy.
Gravox rocks.
Ben's actually bought...
I think Ben did something this morning with a bucket and a hoe.
And gravy.
Now, Ben, I'm obviously busy doing the show at the moment, but you're my man who's going to go out and cook the lamb chops and gravy for me.
I thought you said pork.
Oh, God.
Have you seen the price of lamb, man? Us uni students can't afford lamb. This was $1.95, and I got it cheaper because it's, like, old and sweaty.
Only the best for me.
So was the guy who gave it to me.
Adam did say pork, but he wasn't referring to the chops.
Okay. Oh. And Adam, I've done you a favour here, man. This has just about every flavour enhancer in it known to man.
Excellent.
And that may give Anna a light, heady feeling she may mistake for love. A beautiful thing.
Okay, Ben's going to head out to the barbecue and start cooking up the pork chops and gravy. Anna Coren's going to come back after 8:30, and I'm going to drop an absolute bombshell for you, Anna Coren. When you're in the light-headed pork chops and gravy mode, I'm going to lay it down here for everyone here.
Oh, my
okay?
God.
I'm excited.
If you get down on one knee, I'm leaving.
Can we have a big round of applause for Ben from the Big Arvo and Anna Coren? You're on Triple J. Here's My Red Cell in a cage on Prozac.
Where your boyfriend lives. Does he wanna take it or does he wanna give? I got a knife and I know how to use it. Got a knife and I know that he's to blame. I'm Terri Psiakis and I know just where your father lives. It's his favorite game. I'll say your mother's favorite drink. Got a knife and I know how to use it. Got a knife and I know that he's to blame.
That is My Red Cell in a cage on Prozac, ladies and gentlemen. We're not far away from the famous Adam and Will radio play. The cast are starting to assemble behind me. The audience here at the University of Sydney Manning Bar are losing their shit.
It's a star-studded... How about when you go through the weather, I'll run you through...
some of the cast members.
Who's going to be playing in the...
Wow. Episode 2 of The Weather. 2, of course, being the smallest of the prime numbers, 1 not being prime. That's a matter of definition that I'm happy to discuss with you after the show. Townsville showers in 31, Brisbane a shower 27.
The part of the narrator in the Adam and Will This Is Your Life play will be played by none other than Ian Turpie.
Newcastle fine and 25, Sydney dry and 24.
The part of Adam in the Adam and Will This Is Your Life will be played by Andrew Denton.
Canberra dry and 28, Hobart fine and 21.
And this is how you know I wrote the play. The part of Will will be played by Craig McLachlan. That's how I see myself in my head.
I've always thought of Andrew Denton as the thinking man's Craig McLachlan. Adelaide hot and 37, Perth showers clearing and 25.
The part of Heath Ledger in the play will be played by Bessie Bardot.
Who's a lot tougher than that little wussbag. Darwin evening storms and 34, Alice Springs fine and 38.
The part of Nicole Kidman in the play will be played by Kimberley Cooper.
Yeah. Melbourne fine and 32 degrees at 16 past 8.
And the part of Steve Waugh in the play will be played by Ben from the Big Arvo.
Yeah. We've got the radio play up next on the Jays.
Dear Santa, Jay and the Doctor here.
Daddy's been on holiday for 6 to 10 years without parole.
And Mummy spends too much time at the casino or playing dress-ups with our 6 new uncles.
So you're our only hope for presents this Christmas.
Mummy says we can't afford clothes this year.
Or food.
So can we please have some of the brand new design Triple J t-shirts?
To cover the third-degree burns.
And can we also have the black CD wallet for all our illegally downloaded CDs?
Or the black Triple J calico bag for the head that's in the freezer.
And the new Triple J blue barbecue beach towel to mop up all the blood.
If there's none of that left, I suppose we'll take the Coma FM shirt or the Chaser DVD.
Although that Chardonnay socialist humour just goes over our little heads.
And Santa, can we maybe have a Triple J house?
Or maybe just some Triple J food?
Please, Santa?
The new Triple J gear, available online and from ABC shops and centres and all good surf shops.
Okay, here we are at 17 past 8 on Adam and Will Day around the country. We are about to launch into the radio play. Will, you've been up all night writing. What's the theme behind today's radio play?
Yeah, it's just a reflection of some of the highlight and lowlight moments we've had over the years on the breakfast show.
Narrated by Ian Turpie. Take it away, the Triple J Breakfast radio play.
G'day and welcome to Adam and Will, This Is Your Life. I'm Ian Turpie, it says. Filling in today for Mike Munro, who unfortunately is dead. After choking on his own smugness. The history of radio in Australia is decorated with great radio partnerships, from Mikey Robbins and Helen Razor, to Merrick and Rosso, Martin Malloy, and who can forget the geniuses that are Kyle and Jackie O. But until cloning technology is made legal, there will be only one Adam and Will. And the past 5 years have been packed full of more memorable moments than a pre-season trip with the Canterbury Bulldogs. For example, who can forget earlier this year when our sexy math man made Will his bitch as they tied the knot live on air? But what listeners didn't get to hear was what happened on the honeymoon night. Until now.
OK, Will, dear, the wedding's over now. It's time for a scrimmage.
Well, Adam, my love, divide your legs. Let's multiply.
My penis is like pie, infinite and better with cream. Author.
Well, let's see how many times me goes into you.
Oh. Forget algebra and long division. It's time to undo the bra and leg division.
Well, I'm in the mood for some schlong division. Oops, I just left a little reminder.
Let's do some role play. You be that sexy Andrew Denton and I'll be Craig.
Okay, baby. Let me drop my pants and show you I have more than enough rope.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to make you Mona. Oh, Mona. Come on, let's do it bouncer style.
Well, you certainly don't need a nasal spray to get a stiffy over that one. One of the great things about the partnership of Adam and Will was that while they were certainly very different people, they also had quite a lot in common. Take this scene from when Adam featured on one of the few game shows in this country that I haven't hosted. Wheel of Fortune.
Excuse me, Steve. Can I buy an E, please?
Now compare that to this scene of Will in the boiler room at this year's Gold Coast Big Day Out.
Excuse me, can I buy an E, please?
Definitely no whammies that night. Over the years on the show, Adam and Will were also lucky enough to meet many of their heroes. But both agree their favourite moment on air was when Adam popped this question to former Australian cricket captain Steve Waugh.
So, Steve, hypothetical situation. It's Christmas, you're batting, your mum is bowling. She rolls the arm over and you get a little nick that no one else hears and are caught by Dad. Do you walk?
Adam, you never walk.
But, Steve, it's your mum.
Serves her right for that time last Easter when she gave me out LBW when it was clearly going down left side.
And who can forget the time when Nicole Kidman promised to go for a drink with Will by Christmas, but was instead spotted in the paper visiting sick kids in hospital?
How dare you, Nicole, you bitch? You promised to have a drink with me. Now I see you in the paper visiting sick kids in hospital? Well, it makes me sick. Do they really need to spend their last moments with a liar? Oh, they are Make-A-Wish children. Well, what about my wish to root you?
And then the private studio phone rang.
Hello, is Will there, please?
Oh, great. Another teenage girl who just hit puberty after watching The Glass House. Who is this?
It's Nick.
Look, Nick, I'm very fucking busy here. Do you even have a last name?
Yes, Nicole Kidman.
Oh, yeah, I'll just get him for you. By the way, loved BMX Bandits.
Of course, not all the interviews had such a good sense of humour. For example, this exchange between Will and Hollywood superstar Heath Ledger.
Oh, you see, as an actor, I just really wanted to find out, why was Ned so angry? Where does his rage come from? What was it all about? What was he feeling?
Hey, Heath. Have you ever considered he was really mad all the time because he had really bad hat hair?
Well, no, that doesn't make any sense at all. It's not even funny.
Well, I didn't see 10 Things I Hate About You twice, cockhead.
That was the moment when I thought between Will and Heath Ledger, I was about to watch the least masculine fist fight that had ever taken place.
Speaking of crossing the line, Adam and Will were famous for it. But sometimes they went so far they had to get a taxi back. Please be warned, this flashback has a serious language warning.
Hey, Spence, have you noticed all the uncut shows on telly? Big Brother Uncut, that's fine. But I'd like to see others. How about the 7:30 Report Uncut? Where you get to see if Kerry O'Brien has ginger pubes too. Or how about Rex Hunts a Cunt?
Now, honestly, Will, I can't believe you just said that. As station manager of Triple J, I just have to say that sort of language is not appropriate on this station. If you ever use the words Rex Hunt on the radio again, you're fired.
And who can forget the time where Adam gave a whole new meaning to helping out a pensioner?
Hey, I just met this lovely woman, Ruth, downstairs. She was 80 years old and I was having a little flirt with her.
Oh, yeah? So, did you finger her? You can't say that! In public.
You were all thinking it. Come on. Craig McLachlan's miming the visuals. Craig.
Thank God this is radio.
Craig McLachlan is currently reenacting a scene from that Stewart diver.
I think there's something there for everyone. Sadly, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have time for today. But in conclusion, I would like to just mention that I've once had a very, very intimate relationship with Olivia Newton-John. Adam and Will, that was your life.
Thank you very much, Ian Turpie. Andrew Denton as Adam, Craig McLachlan as Will, Steve Waugh was Ben from the Big Arvo, Kim Cooper as Nicole Kidman, Bessie Bardot as Heath Ledger, and Grace Taylor as the boss of Triple J. Here you go, here's the Pixies. This one's for Will, gigantic. It is 8:26 and the J's news headlines next, then Frenzal Rhomb.
And this I know, his teeth as white as snow. What a gas it was to see him walk her every day into a shady place. The lips she said, it's Paul, let's have a ball. It's Paul, let's have a ball. It's Paul, let's have a ball. Gigantic, a big, big love. Gigantic, a big, big love. Lovely legs they are. What a big black mess, what a hunk of love. He'd walk her every day into a shady place. He's like the dark, but I'd warn him. It's Paul, let's have a ball. It's Paul, let's have a ball. It's Paul, let's have a ball. Gigantic, a big, big love. 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 A big, big love.
Triple J's Gig Guide. If you're three brothers growing up in the remote hills of New Zealand, what do you do for fun? Start your own band, of course. Evermore's first bedroom recorded single gained fans worldwide. They've recorded their debut album in Seattle with a producer who's worked with Nirvana and the Foo Fighters, and now they're in the tour bus ready to play for you.
Right on.
Catch Evermore on tour now. Playing most states across Australia, supported by Triple J.
For more info, head to the Big Guide at triplej.net.au.
Hi, Rhianna Patrick with Triple J News headlines. The federal government will pressure the states and territories to recommit to the National Water Initiative today. The Immigration Department says that predictions of a riot within South Australia's Baxter Detention Centre could inflame the situation. Australia's threatened to cut aid to Vanuatu because of what it calls corruption in the government. Ukraine's Supreme Court has frozen the result of last weekend's controversial presidential election after claims of fraud. To sport, and in rugby league, Cronulla is unlikely to take any action against David Peachey after he was arrested after a brawl in Sydney overnight. And the New Zealand cricket captain, Stephen Fleming, has described the mood among his teammates as determined ahead of the second test against Australia starting today.
Yeah, if we lose, it will be totally non-choice, bro.
Yeah. Losing at cricket sucks.
As do our New Zealand accents.
Absolutely. But I tell you what, my South African's fucking fantastic, mate.
I'll tell you...
Oh, you don't give me your pity. Fuck you all.
I'll tell you what, this Cronulla Rugby League star who's been in a fight overnight, is there any sort of coincidence the fact that the stink was in Sydney last night?
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last time we'll take our news headlines ever from Rhianna Patrick on Triple J Breakfast with Adam and Will. Can we have a big round of applause? Rhianna's just been absolutely fantastic.
True. So true.
Came on the show, very raw, it's very tough. It's very tough reading the news at the best of times. That time of the morning, you've got to do it every half hour. Lots of big words. Very inexperienced. She's done an awesome job. Not made any easier by the fact that we often expose our nipples and rub ourselves at her and all that sort of stuff. And she's just been absolutely stellar. And how bootylicious was she at 7:30?
I do weddings, bar mitzvahs, anniversaries.
We're going to have Frenzal Rhomb here in just a couple of seconds, guys. It's 28 minutes to 9. Here's Franz Ferdinand. This is going to go very close to number one to the Hottest 100. Take me out.
So if you're lonely, you know I'm here waiting for you. I'm just a crosshair. I'm just a shot away from you. And if you leave here, you leave me broken, shattered and light. I'm just a crosshair. I'm just a shot, then we can die.
24 to 9 on Adam and Will Day, Friday on Triple J. That is Franz Ferdinand, Take Me Out. A lot of people saying that's going to go close to number one in the Hottest 100. I know you like making your fearless and bold predictions, Sticky Chicken. How are you calling the top of the Hottest 100 this year?
Franz Ferdinand 1, Missy Higgins 2, 3, Scribe, not many, if
I'd
any.
love Scribe to get up there. That would be awesome. It's the remix. Go for it, Scribe. A band who aren't going to go anywhere in the bloody Hottest 100 this year because they're shithouse. A Frenzal Rhomb, but they're here to play a track. Let's give it up for the guys from Frenzal.
Just beginning, body shirt and pants made too tight. What's on the show? Cause haters will be winning. The answer's clear and it's there in black and white. Go! It's starting time, but it is just beginning. I was on the one and I'm now that one minute. He's feeling fine, his head and body spinning. His hand twitching on his element. He's got best mate, got stand up straight, so let's celebrate. The world fucked his gun. He's out of breath, he's fearing dead. He's at his best. The world fucked his gun. But until then, after the party's over, with no noise, what a dead front. Fifth again, he's trying to run sober. He starts fine, but it's just an accident. He's got best mate, got stand up straight, so let's celebrate. The world fucked his gun. He's out of breath, he's fearing dead. He's at his best. The world fucked his gun.
Bit of a language warning on this one, guys.
Fucked his gun. Whoa! Fucked his gun. Whoa! Fucked his gun. Whoa!
Cheers.
Yeah, Frenzal Rhomb.
Frenzal, always classy and tasteful.
Absolutely. That's a little love ballad they wrote. Language warning, that's their little love ballad, World's Fuckedest Cunt, on Triple J. It's about 21 to 9. Here's Carney West. Do you feel a woo coming on, Will?
I feel a woo coming
Here's
on.
the woo man himself.
School spirit up for the Alpha step, Omega step, Kappa step, Sigma step, gangsters walk, pimps gon' talk. Oh, hecky no, that boy is raw. AKA step, Delta step, SG roll step, Zeta step, gangsters walk, pimps gon' talk. Oh, hecky no, that boy is raw. I'ma get on this TV, mama. I'ma put this down. I'ma make sure these light-skinned niggas never come back in style. Told them I finished school and I started my own business. They say, oh, you graduated. No, I decided I was finished chasing y'all dreams and what you got planned. Now I spit it so hot, you got tan. Back to school and I hate it there. Everything I want, I gotta wait a year. This nigga graduated at the top of our class. I went to cheesecake, he was a both of them waited there. Alpha step, Omega step, Kappa step, Sigma step, gangsters walk, pimps gon' talk. Ooh, hecky no, that boy is raw. AKA step, Zeta step, gangsters walk, pimps gon' talk. Ooh, hecky no. I got a Jones like Nora for your Sora. Bring Mora, them girls I seen in the Aurora. Tammy, Becky, and Laura, Aura, Shirley. I'm tryna hit it early, like I'm in a hurry. See, that's that Doobie Kane, the young Pootie Tang, Tippy Towel. Rockefeller chain, yeah, that's my rapper style. Rosary piece, yeah, that's my Catholic style. Red and white ones, yeah, that's my Kappa style. And I ain't even pledged. Crack my head on the steering wheel and I ain't even dead. If I can go through all that and still be breathing, It's been over, I'm here for a reason. Alpha step, Omega step, Kappa step, Sigma step, gangsters walk, pimps gon' talk. Oh, hecky no, that boy is raw. AKA step, Delta step, SGO step, Zeta step, gangsters walk, pimps gon' talk. No, that boy
Here it
is
comes,
raw.
I feel it.
A woo coming
Here it
on,
comes.
cuz. I feel a woo coming on, cuz.
There it is.
There's some woos
There's another
coming
one, there's
on,
another one
cuz.
coming.
A couple woos coming on, cuz. There they was. I feel a woo coming on, cuz. I feel a woo coming on, cuz. There was. A couple woos coming on, cuz. A couple woos coming on, cuz. There they was.
That was your words. I felt them coming on. Did you feel them coming on? I felt them coming on. I've got a woo detector. Did you feel the words? I felt them coming on.
You have an amazing ability to feel the woo coming
Seriously,
on.
I just feel it coming on, dude.
It's unbelievable. It's 18-9 on the Jays. You with Adam and Will the last time ever. Manning Bar at the University of Sydney. Now, we have promised today that there are a couple of bombshells. I've got a massive bombshell to drop before 9 o'clock, and of course we do have to announce who is taking over Triple J Breakfast next year. Will and I have given this a lot of thought. The station's given this a lot of thought. Two guys whose work individually and together is absolutely fantastic. Will, let's bring it. Let's bring them out here now, Will. Who's going to do Triple J Breakfast next year? Make the offer now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the new host of the Triple J Breakfast Show. Well, at least we're going to make them the offer. Stink and Dools.
Bring them on! Yeah! It's like Australian Idol!
Australia has voted. Australia has voted. Stinking Dools. What do you have to say, guys? What do you got to say, fellas?
Overwhelming. Thanks for everyone for voting for us.
Yeah, good on you. Great campaign.
But
It's awesome.
We had a bit of a talk, and what do you reckon, Dools?
No way, man. We're over our heads.
We're way out of our league.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to turn you down. Seriously.
Thanks, though.
What?
You don't turn when you're given the.
What? You're turning us down.
You only get one shot, dudes. You don't get to go, oh, we'll do it sometime later when we're ready. Triple J Breakfast.
That Eminem song didn't say if you have two shots, two opportunities.
We're going to go away and work on our game and come back.
Are you going to Triple M, you pricks?
Nova.
Sounds different.
Nova's in Brisbane now.
Sounds different to good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. But thanks everyone for trying to get us on and getting us on, but we got to let you all down.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, well.
It's 16-9 on Triple J.
Turn on us.
Dools and the Stink have officially said no to Triple J Breakfast.
We're shit. We're not good enough.
Yeah, that's probably a good point.
And you can buy our stickers.
Yeah, get a sticker.
Buy the stickers.
Get a sticker, limited edition.
$30 each.
Let's get look. Frenzal, why don't you guys, Frenzal, play another song while we think about this. You guys play another song live. Frenzal Rhomb will play it live for us.
Sorry.
And we'll see what we can do. Dools
Sorry.
have officially said no to
Oh,
Triple
no.
J Breakfast.
This is tragedy.
Hey, Shannon, why don't you help us out with this one?
Shannon from Cockatoo, ladies and gentlemen, rock on!
And if anyone can play drums, that'd be ace too. You ready, man? You can play drums, Will? Watch me for the changes, man. Try and keep up. That's the idea. All right, you ready, mate? Good. Want everyone to help us out singing this too. I smoked a pack of cigarettes around midday. I coughed up a lung around 1. And now I can't see a thing through my eyes that stink. I can't remember having so much fun. Everybody! Now I never had so much fun. No, I've never had so much fun. Well, I got can't remember when I've ever had so much fun. Touch the water is in there, kind of furniture bed. Wakes up as again in Los Angeles, but I bet people think they can. Well, I've never had so much fun. I've never had so much fun. I can remember when I've ever had so much fun. We bring us down and we pay trend. Why expect any less? Breaking inside a bit of genocide and thinking none of this will go red. Well, I've never had so much fun. I've never had so much fun. I can remember when I've ever had so much fun. Come on, doctor! I tried to define it a mistake. Try to make things right. The proper intentions are the best intentions, but it's always ending up in a fight. Well, I've never had so much fun. No, I've never had so much fun. I can remember when I've ever had so much. I can remember when I've ever had so much. I can remember when I've ever had so much fun. I can remember when I've ever had so much fun. Good on you.
Frenzal Rhomb on Triple J. Shannon from Cockatoo. Shannon from Cockatoo. Let's get Jay and Lindsay from Frenzal over here. Sit down, guys. Jay and Lindsay from Frenzal Rhomb been doing some stuff on the Jays lately. Give it up, audience.
Hello.
Jay. The great thing about that is because they've only had, what just happened there, Shannon from Cockatoo, Rock on Australia, sang the opening chords of that, and then the crowd dived out, but they've packed this to sort of a sensible... So there weren't actually that dense a population of people.
For those listening at home, every time you heard a whoa, that was when Shannon nearly hit the concrete.
It's been thrown around like a rag doll.
Sorry about your spine, Shannon.
Yes. But to the credit of the university-educated clientele here, they definitely did do their best to keep him in the air.
The University of Sydney does a fantastic exercise sports science degree, Lindsay.
Absolutely.
Really doing some weird shit there. That was fantastic.
They're definitely saying no to voluntary student keeping cunts up in the air stuff.
Exactly.
Now, guys, I was just reading the finest publication in the world this morning, the Daily Telegraph.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading a segment called Sydney Confidential, and there was a little bit of gossip about you guys in here. As those breakfast bozos... Thanks, you pricks. As those breakfast bozos, Adam Spencer and Will Anderson, sign off for the last time on Triple J this morning, the network has announced their replacements, Jay and the Doctor. Jason and Lindsay from Frenzal.
Jay and Lindsay are hosting breakfast next year on Triple J.
And that's us, isn't it?
That's us. You.
That's us too.
That's you.
Because I'm not a real doctor.
Dude.
And just so I can clarify, that's 6 o'clock in the morning that you start.
Until
when 9 o'clock? Start.
That's when you start.
Yes.
You've got to be there earlier than that.
We'll be talking to management.
We haven't actually... The ink is still wet on the contract, I want to mention at this point. So if there's any other radio stations with better salaries and later starting times, let us know right now.
Anything, if we can hook up with Kyle and Jackie O at any stage, that'd be ace.
What are you talking about? You've been hooking up with Kyle for weeks.
Your Triple J breakfast hosts next year, ladies and gentlemen, Jay and the Doctor.
We're very, very sorry.
Thank you very much.
We're very sorry.
Thank you very much.
Bazzies on Triple J. Up next, I've got a bombshell. Get Anna Coren out here. It's bombshell time. Triple J. How good are they? Adam and Will with you the last time. It is 8 minutes to 9. Ben from the Big Arvo has arrived back with the lovely Anna Coren and the pork chops and gravy. Ben, it looks an absolute treat. Talk us through the process.
Okay, what I actually did was take it down to the veterinary science department and put it in one of those sterilising cabinets they use for the instruments there. It's been baked nicely in the UV rays there, mate. There's not a germ on that.
What are you holding there, Will?
This is the actual gravy that Ben has used here. It says it contains, among other things, flavours 621, 631, 627 and Rohypnol.
You name it, it's in there, man.
Anna Coren, are you a big flavour 627 fan? You're looking at the pork chop. What do you think?
I'm a big fan of Greybox, so that obviously goes with the territory.
Keep talking.
And I put a handy straw in the gravy for you.
Lovely. Easy
you
access.
can sip that at your leisure, Anna.
Can you do me a favour, Anna Coren? Can you just say easy access again?
Later.
Okay,
later.
oh yeah. We're going to have to thank Ben from the Big Arvo. Channel 7 at 4 o'clock weekdays. Catch Ben. Thank you very much, Ben.
Thank you, Adam and Will.
Now, Anna Coren, I've said that I've got a bombshell to drop, and you know about the tremendous affection and esteem that I've held you in for a very long time. But there's it's a friend of mine who people might have heard about last year. Tell the story of the hostage.
This is when Adam locked a friend who'd stayed at his house. In his house overnight because he has a locking system that allows you not to leave from the house. That's how he gets the ladies in the dungeon.
And we received a phone call from that woman who said, I'm locked in your house, get me out. So we sent the work experience kit back to my house. I didn't have any money. He had an ATM card that had written on it my PIN number, my address, directions how to get there, the name of the woman, and brackets, please be nice to her, she's really pissed off. Her name is Mel, who's here today. How you going, Mel?
Good, thanks, Adam.
Hello,
How
Mel.
are you? Hi, everyone.
And I'm here to tell Australia and to you, Anna Coren, that my affection for you is unbounded, but the reason that I cannot fulfil my wish to make you lamb chops and gravy is that I've been lucky enough to spend a fair bit of time with the beautiful Mel this year, who's pregnant, we're getting married and having a kid. There's your bombshell.
Oh, my Lord. My God.
I don't know what to say. I'm very happy for you, but I'm slightly devastated.
Adam Spencer is having a baby?
Yeah.
My God, that's like finding out Thorpey is heterosexual.
Hey, come on. You are talking father material here. What are your thoughts, Mel? How are you feeling, babe?
Well, I've never been accused of having high standards. I love you, baby.
Now, Mel, can I ask, did he ask you to marry him before he knocked you up?
No, it was funny. I found out just after I'd resigned from my job where I used to work, obviously, and he was in Brisbane, and when he got back, my dad was standing at the front door with a shotgun. So he didn't have much of a choice.
What I love, though, did anyone see Sunrise yesterday? Adam has done so well at keeping this a secret. Because, what are you, 6 months pregnant, Mel?
Yeah, 13 weeks to go.
And he's done so well of keeping this a secret. It's like, being really nice. I'm going to talk about it on the last episode. Yesterday at 5 to 7 on Sunrise, Adam's doing a cross to Koshi. At the end of the cross, I'm in the other room watching it on TV. Adam's hung up the phone. Koshi's gone, well, good luck to Adam and Will tomorrow, and good luck to Adam and Mel. Melissa Doyle's gone, Mel who? And Koshi on national TV has gone, Mel, Adam's partner, you know they're having a baby in February. Adam just saw me in the other room sort of going...
We're at that grade. It's about 6 months, and you've got the whole kicking thing going on and all that sort of stuff. Now, Mel has actually insisted on a couple of rules regards the kid. What's the one rule you've insisted on years from now with our kid?
That you never have sex again.
No, yeah. Well, in the realm of sport, my love.
You're never to coach, ever. Ever. Any team that our child plays in. I guess all of you guys must know how obsessed he is with the soccer girls. Yeah, imagine it was his own kid.
But what I'm saying, how cool would it be if you could say to your kid with 2 minutes to go, if you can get us a goal and get us out of this, you don't have to clean your room for the rest of the year.
If you get a goal, Daddy will start loving you again.
Exactly. So I'm sorry, Anna, but that's the way it goes. And trust me, you've done very well out of the whole
It could have
deal.
been such a beautiful thing, Adam.
Oh, no. I want to say, but seriously, we're going to keep this show going after 9 o'clock, but I want to say quite seriously for a second, it's incredibly hard work being the partner of someone who does breakfast radio. getting woken up by your own alarm at 4:20 in the morning every day of your life, that sort of stuff. Could not love this woman more than I do. Cannot wait to marry her. We're going to have the most beautiful kids. And it does actually also, like, you know me well enough, Bill, to know that I was not taking the piss when I used to refer to being fairly bloody inadequate in the whole relationship
He was.
thing.
Very.
But if you're lucky enough, you can just sometimes stumble upon the most beautiful and special person in the world. So I could not love you more than I do, babe.
You too, sweetheart. Oh, Anna, are you going to eat that chop?
Don't let the pregnant woman near the chop.
No, I don't think so. No, we might give that one a miss.
And can I have the gravy?
Here is
Thank you.
the Dandy Warhols. You are the last tie up to the 9 o'clock news. We'll be back after 9 on Annual Will Day.
Triple J News. Hi, I'm Sarah Everingham. The federal court has refused to grant a visa application to an Indonesian girl who was to be deported during her HSC exams last month. The 18-year-old girl was taken to the Villawood Detention Centre during her exams. She hasn't had a valid visa since June. Naomi Woodley has more.
The Immigration Department has most recently rejected the girl's application to be allowed to apply for a close ties visa, and in the federal court today, Justice Michael Moore has dismissed an appeal against that decision. The girl's solicitor says she'll now consider her options for further appeals, but it's unclear when the Immigration Department will have her deported to Indonesia.
Iraq's interim government has released official figures on the human cost of the US-led attack on the city of Fallujah. An Iraqi official says more than 2,000 people were killed and 1,600 were detained in the offensive. The Iraqi Red Crescent has now been able to deliver food, water and medical aid to civilian families who remained in the city. Aid worker Jamir Nasir al-Kabuli.
Thank God we are now in Fallujah. This district was chosen as a base for us to be used in the future. We have unloaded the food aid and the volunteers will stay here.
The Prime Minister says he will meet with former AFL footballer Michael Long, who's walking from Melbourne to Canberra to raise awareness of Indigenous issues.
I certainly know him. I admire his sporting abilities. I know he's very committed to improving the lot of Indigenous people, as I am.
That's John Howard speaking on Southern Cross Radio. Michael Long wants John Howard to say sorry for what happened to the victims of the stolen generation, which included his parents. The Catholic Church has entered into the abortion debate. The Catholic Bishops of Australia are calling on the federal government to provide a wider range of alternatives for women who find themselves with an unwanted pregnancy. Bishop Anthony Fisher says women often don't have enough information. And the US television series Baywatch has won the dubious honour of being the worst television series ever seen in Britain. The cartoon family The Simpsons was rated the undisputed champion of US imports. That's all the news for now. Across Australia, you're on Triple J.
That's right. Call it on my mind.
Triple J's Australian Music Month. Don't miss Powderfinger, live from the arena in Brisbane.
Baby, I got you on my mind. Honey, you won't ever know.
8 o'clock Monday night, just for us here on Triple J.
Message meets the floor, the horizon meets your horse and you're deliberating. I'm only clearing my throat. And don't you ever wish for just one thing that you might never see? And don't you ever wish for just one thing that you might never know. You might never know. You've got a way with words. You've got a way that makes me feel so complicated. What keeps you from me? You'd raise the door sound just so you could find the key. The world's waiting. And don't you ever wish for just one thing that you might never see? Don't you ever wish for just one thing that you might never know. You might never know. I'm underground as the world's just spin around, and you'd hunt them down, try to pin them to the ground. There'll be no sound as the words just tumble out, and you won't be found by the time you hit the ground. You've got a way with words.
9:08 in the morning. I'm Mel Bampton and I've got a cold. How are you going? That is Sarah Blasco. And don't you ever. Adam and Will, we've just got a little bit more to go to wrap up our final show ever. The great irony after, and by my estimation, 5 years, 1,324 reads of the weather, I never got around to doing episode 1. I was so shocked by the stink and Dools saying, fuck it, we're not going to do Triple J Breakfast. I completely forgot the final episode of the weather.
It's a cliffhanger.
Oh, isn't it? Townsville showers.
I hope there's a twist in the end.
Townsville showers in 31.
Oh my God, Melbourne has a cock.
Brisbane, a shower in 27. Newcastle fine in 25. Sydney dry.
Adelaide's been dead the whole time.
Sydney dry. Your eyes, mate. You know your mind is made up. There are plenty more fish in the sea. 24 degrees. Canberra dry in 28. Hobart fine in 21. It turns out I was the streets all along. Adelaide hot in 37.
Leave it out, geezer, leave it out.
First showers clearing in 25. Darwin evening storms
toilet,
and
leave it out.
34.
Know what I mean? Cut you up.
Alice Springs fine in 38. Melbourne fine and 2 to the power of 5. 32 degrees. That's the weather.
And ladies and gentlemen...
And we are pretty much out of here now. Let's wrap this up.
We saved the biggest guest for last. You've had your Gerlings and your Frenzals and your Anna Corens and your Craig McLachlans, but there's only one, ladies and gentlemen. His Holiness, Pope John Paul II. Now, Your Holiness...
Yes! You
I've got,
son of a bitch.
I've got a young lady out of the audience and I want you to compose a poem for her. Young lady, what's your name?
My name is Lily.
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 How old are you, Lily?
16.
Lily is 16, Your Holiness.
Yeah.
Lily, where are you from?
Woy Bay, which is actually near Gosford.
Woy Bay. Okay, do you have a boyfriend, Lily?
Yes, Scott.
Is Scott here today?
No, he didn't come. He's a loser.
Scott's Lily's boyfriend. He didn't come. He's a loser. Where is he?
He's at school. He's actually.
Oh, he's at school teaching PE, apparently. I think that's a new record for how many PE teacher jokes I've done in one show, too. Okay, so Lily, your boyfriend's name's Scott. He's a bit of a loser because he's not here today. You're 16. What do you want to do when you finish school?
Travel or journalism.
Travel or journalism. Your Holiness, we have Lily from Woy Bay. She's 16 years old. She has a boyfriend called Scott who's a loser. He's in maths, I believe, today. And, no, she said that. I didn't do that bit. And when she leaves school, she wants to travel or, be a journalist. Do you have a poem for her, Your Holiness?
People of Triple J, don't be silly. Listen to the message I have for Lily. She's 2 to the 4 or 4 to the 2. That's 16, fuckwits. This message is for you. As you party around the bay in Woy, keep your virginity. It is not a toy. With this man Scott, be a fussy chooser, because I've heard that he is a fucking loser. If around the world you may travel, don't let your dignity unravel. I tell you, Lily, no ifs, no buts. Single mums are dirty sluts. I'm going to the pub. Bye-bye.
Lily.
Oh, Your Holiness, thanks a lot.
Lily, we'll give you one of these Adam and Will last time T-shirts. Thank you very much. Say hi to Scott for us.
We had on the air a competition. We promised that the last track that we would play would be a mashup of our stuff, and there were one group of guys absolutely fantastic. They're called Trim Flinders. We're about to play. This goes through highlights. All our guest says they're totally hot. Listen to this, Trim Flinders, and then we'll wrap this thing up. It's 9:12 on Triple J. Thank you very much, Lily.
This is like one of the big tests how you evaluate the music that we've sent you. It's quite hot.
This is Triple J Breakfast Radio. Here we go.
The stick.
Hot. Liz Ellis. Hot. Listen to my use of language here, Tim. The Dools factor. Hot.
Mary. Hot. What did you think of that?
I can't stop laughing.
Go! Adam and Will for breakfast.
The male on male action.
How do you know about that?
The male on male action.
I've been working with Will for a long time now.
The world is a pretty fun place.
There's a lot of sampling. You're not about to release a single, are you? You don't have an album coming out. What's been going down in Junee?
Try to be positive.
It's a load of kish cash.
Thousands of fans were chanting your name.
Adam and Will for breakfast.
What? Regretted that. Have yourself a great day.
Adam and Will for breakfast. Mel Bampton in the morning. The Foamy Warhorse in the afternoon. Chris Taylor and Craig Newcastle at Drive. Rosie Beaton in the evenings. Then Robbie Buck and Geordie Kilby if it's a Thursday. Don't forget our current affairs half an hour hack.
You're on the air.
Adam and Will for breakfast. What did you think of that?
Hot. It is 14 past 9 on the Jays.
Nice one.
Deary me. And we are going to welcome to the microphone here someone very special who busted her ass behind the scenes for a couple of years to make us look a hell of a lot better than we actually were. And let's be honest, we didn't look that good on air. So imagine how shit we must have been to start. It's this woman who was sat there polishing the turd that has been Adam and Will for the last couple of years. DJ, ZJ, Zoey Jones. Now, of course, being a live show, there's been no telephone access today, so Zoey hasn't got to do what she is absolutely best at. But just one more time with feeling, Zoey. Just once more to the people here. They've probably heard it 1,000 times, but they've rung and thought, oh, this is going to be something. I've just smoked 6 cones and I'm about to say the funniest thing on the radio ever. And
Hey, Zoey. Hey, can you put me on to the boys? I've got this really funny thing to say about poo.
yeah.
That's great. I'll just pass it on.
There you go.
That means piss off, you dickhead.
Exactly.
Politely, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you're always polite.
You are polite and stylish. We have to wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. We've got some thank yous to do.
I want to thank everyone who's been part of this huge show today. Rhys Muldoon, who did that great gay school earlier on. Ben from the Big Arvo and Anna Coren and the Chops. Everyone in the play, Andrew Denton, Kim Cooper, Craig McLachlan, Bessie, Bardot and Ian Turpie.
Yeah.
Our very hot newsreaders, Michael Turtle and Rhianna Patrick.
Yeah.
Woo! How can you forget the Dools, the Stink, Kath Cox, Liz Ellis, our lovely Mary from Junee and Adrian from Junee. Huge thanks to the bands we had today, the Cops, Gerling and Frenzal. They all rocked. A huge thanks to the people behind the scenes, Craig Camber, Will Balfour, Kent Valentine, Claire Herbert, Louis and Brad from Triple J, and a huge thanks to Cameron McCauley and Linda Radcliffe.
Yeah.
And my own personal thanks to be able to work with these two guys for the last 2 years. They're totally hot and it's been fun.
And the people who've made it so much fun over the last 5 years, some of whom were here today, but our regular guests on the show, all our contributors, Andrew Denton, Terri Psiakis, Tripod, The Stink, Shannon from Cockatoo, Sam and Kent, Rhys Muldoon, Mary from Junee, Josh Canal, Liz Ellis, Scott Dools, Dooley, Richard Fidler, James O'Loughlin, Akmal Saleh, Courtney Hocking, Charlie Pickering, Greg O'Mahony, Surly Matt, Dave from Dulwich Hill, Tug Dumley, Danny McLachlan, Ethel Chock, Rodrigo, the Latin lover, Zeta Whalley, Tell and Jason, our various love gods, Jasper for Jasper's Jokes. Damien the bus driver, Big Alf from Yapoon, Scotty the Garbo from Barrel, George Mewey and his Chinese takeaway in Woolaware in Brisbane, Huey the quiz guy, Anthony Zambati, Laura the short ass, Meaty, Petey, Block Rock and Beatty, the Premier of Queensland. And next Prime Minister of this country, may I say, George Psiakis, Terry's dad. Well, yeah, he might have snuck on the list. Luana from Stanthorpe, who once called the Prime Minister an absolute cunt. Great work from a 13-year-old girl on the road.
Actually, you bleeped out the F bit of that and said the C bit.
Exactly. Magic boobs and the lovely girls at the University business. Michael Milton, Steve Oemke, Alex Lloyd, David McCormack, Sarah Blasco, Skulk of the Spassies, Christy Hughes, Adam Hills, Four Knowles, Cameron Bruce, Ross Noble, Tom and Subby, Simon Garlick, Jude Bolton, Lane Beachley, Matt Welsh, Dr. Carl, Jamie Jury, H.D. Nelson, Ray Marr, Rhianna Patrick, Ronan Sharkey, Karen Barlow and Simon Lauder have read the news for us over the years. Our work experience kids, Tiff Daisy, Ben, Alicia, Kate, Alec, Carl Patrick, Tim, Joe Chichester and Justine Kelly, who produced the show before the amazing DJ ZJ. Professor Will, Shannon Noll, made in Manhattan. The hall across the road, the refectory, about 7 years ago when I said something, and he said, that's pretty funny, come and work at Triple J. And the amazing Will Anderson, who I've been lucky enough to work with for 5 years on the radio.
I'd like to say thank you to Hewett and at Bernie's and PE teachers, without whom I would have had nothing to say for 5 years. I don't want to get all Jerry Springer at the end as my thought for the thing, but if you can in life work with people who are more talented than you, then you'll have a very good life. I've always referred to myself as a character. Yourself to people who shoot for the stars. I'd like to thank Justin and Zoe personally, Linda and Kate at Triple J, who every time we went over the line went go over further. The good people at Token, who are my manager, and good people at Glasshouse, who cut me so much slack from the radio. My love and my concert partner, Amy, Tip and Zabin. And I'd like to thank Rachel Kerr, who first gave me a job on Triple J 7 years ago. And I'd like to say to Sarah McDonald, who 2 weeks later sacked me, fuck you. But more importantly than all those people, ladies and gentlemen, there's 2 people I want to thank. Adam Spencer, who is an absolute genius, who's been great to work with for 5 years. But more importantly than that, to you, the listeners, you're the reason we get out of bed in the morning. Yep. This is the best radio station in the world. Please keep listening to it. I know I'm going to be listening to it. I'm going to be listening to Jay and the Doctor. And you know which one I'll be, because I'll be the guy ringing up going, these guys are fucked, we're Adam and Will. But no, please give them a chance. They're going to be absolutely wonderful. It is the best radio station in the world, and just continue to support it. This has been the best fun thing. When I was 12 years old, I used to dream of doing a job where I could make people laugh for a living. Thank you for giving me this opportunity for the last 5 years. It's been the best thing ever. I love you all.
It is 9:20 around Australia. Thanks so much for tuning in to the show live here at the University of Sydney. Thank you very much, guys.
That's Adam Spencer.
This is Will Anderson. Thank you so very much, guys. That's it, and we'll see you later.
Oh my God, what an emotional day in Triple J history. Adam and Will, a phenomenal 5 years as one of Australia's finest brekkie teams and undeniably the smartest ever to grace the Australian airwaves. Adam and Will with our cups of tea and coffee, albeit for the more hardcore of you, raised high. I think I speak for all of Australia when I say cheers for all the laughs. You will be missed. Here's Peabody on Triple J. See Adam and Will. Welcome, Jay and the Doctor.